to make the questions themselves. Fuck, man, we're already halfway towards fucking Skynet. Bring on the AI overlords. Burn it all down.
It's almost like people wouldn't get tens of thousands of applicants to shitty jobs.
And what's
if anyone was accepting anybody for jobs instead of scanning through with AI.
Yeah.
Until they decided that they actually need somebody.
Yeah, and then what's even worse is sometimes you don't even get a callback.
Oh, you never get callbacks. I have put in, I think, 8 jobs over the last, 2 weeks. I've gotten one place that has told me no.
Jesus.
You're actually batting above average.
I am.
That is above average. I can't even think of how many applications I put in when I was looking a couple of years ago.
Same.
Most of them, I didn't even get a call back. I didn't even get an email back.
Mm.
They just got denied on fucking Indeed. And I'm like, okay. But then there were some that I actually got callbacks where
Why dribbles?
I go to do an in-person interview, and then out of all those, I only ever got 2 callbacks. That one of them was to tell me that I didn't get it. The other one was offering it to me, but I declined it because that was working for Overhead Doors, which would have meant getting up at 3 in the morning.
No.
To be out on the road and running by 5. And I'm like, nope. I was still on second shift hours at the time.
Yeah, it's all good, Tribs. We're late. One, for a couple reasons. One, Callahan is bringing tonight's game.
Yep.
And 2, that you get not 1,
Boy,
but 2 good rants in the pre-show.
I'm bringing the rants.
Hey, that's it. I brought one too.
He did.
I showed up to participate in this week's Rantathon.
And they're both his is mostly related to tech. Mine's sort of related to tech, but also about shipping companies and shipping carriers.
People being incompetent.
Yeah. So you've got
shipping carriers being incompetent.
Real rants in pre-show. Never has it been a better time to be a $5+ patron. You're eating good this week.
Right? I actually went back and watched my own rant from the fucking the single campaign that Nate or that Ben and I had going. I'm like, wow, I was really mad. Holy fuck. And I'm just sitting there listening to myself go off. I'm like, dude's got a point. That's Did I hit that point where I'm like, wait, I'm laughing at myself. It's not funny. I want to laugh at myself, but at the same time, I'm reminding myself just how pissed off I am at that stupid start with Heinrich Himmler. Look at this. I'm getting pissed off about it again.
It was kind of.
It was pretty funny.
It's a good rant.
Indeed.
And the rant that I had tonight was about my old job place. Partially. Not so much the coworkers. We had a lot of good people on second shift receiving. A lot of good people. We always joke that receiving was kind of like Hotel California. You'd come there, but you'd never leave. Because usually when we got people transferred into receiving, even if they were just doing seasonal work, usually about 6 months to a year later, they'd show up permanently there. And it's just like, why are you here? Almost all the time, it's just like, 'cause I don't want to be in fucking packing anymore. And I'm like, fair enough. You'll always get your hours.
I'm doing.
Wonderful.
You're doing. You brought up the box.
Yeah.
Well, more than one box, but yeah. They're part of the thing.
Well, that's fine. I only want 1 box.
Oh. Hi, honey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Beard's getting bushy.
Yeah, I know. It's getting so.
Not quite Grizzly Adams, but it is Abraham Lincoln.
I a while back I proved to myself that I could indeed grow a Duck Dynasty. It didn't look good, but I could grow one.
But
it was like a Duck Dynasty Junior. Like it reached about here, and that was about it. After that, it's like
you start to get split ends.
Yeah, split ends, or they just start. It reaches a point, and then they just start falling out.
Right.
Yeah. So
Now, I thought you played this with us before.
Nope.
He had
Nope.
not.
So I am the newbie to this. I'm the wee little baby.
It is easy to pick up on. Watch Braden.
I have-
He does sneaky shit
No, I
with
don't.
his
I'm
Galaxies.
He's a fucking
I
liar.
don't
is what
believe
He
he
is a
is.
fucking liar. Look at his face.
I'm the best bean.
He knows.
Behold my good bean face.
You're a
See
liar.
what a good bean it is.
I've
You're
seen your
a
good bean
liar.
face. That's not your good bean face. Your good
Alright.
bean face was bored as fuck.
Setting up the board, you're going to take each of your rockets and you're going to put them on the corresponding, where'd that go? The squares. On the second track with the rocket.
Oh yeah, you should probably go to the top.
And
so
then you
guys
get
can see
2 rockets in your home galaxy. Right here. Yep, you already figured everything else out. Okay.
I actually did my homework.
Yeah, I wrote a nice
Congratulations.
blog post and
I
everything.
saw.
So, and he says like, "Hey, you're in the same neighborhood, right?" And I'm like, "Same country?" Which is better than, out past Jupiter. And he made the comment. It's like, yeah, I was trying to think of which planet I was going to actually things. I'm like, out past Jupiter for knowing what's going on.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna zoom in.
Okay.
We got room to zoom in.
Yours.
Can you see the love tonight?
Everybody gets dice.
They do. Callahan bought X. Hey.
Gen Con this year, the first place I'm going is these guys' booth. Why? Because I'm getting extra freaking dice and I'm getting the nice little roll-out
No.
mats.
No, that's part of the plan because if they have the roll-up mat for the original Tidy Epic, I need one.
Yeah, he does not have.
Cool.
He has it for the expansion.
You and I, we're going to them first when the freaking hall opens.
Well, here's the thing.
I
If it's
will.
multiple high-interest areas,
I will.
then we might have to split up. We might have to split up.
I will drag you by your toenails.
You're a toenail. All right.
Rude.
Oh, that's gross.
All right, don't we get extra dice at what is it, 2 and 4?
3 and...
Oh, I was
3 and
moving
4.
things to accommodate you.
No, that's fine. I need help with
Wait, what?
clarity.
Oh, still blurry.
Yep, thank you.
Going the wrong way. Seemed like we had it for a sec there.
No, 3 and 5.
PJ,
Level 3 and level
does that
4.
look good?
Huh?
That's
That's
Worry.
I can't tell which way. Okay,
There you
wait,
go.
there.
That's more.
That's
Back
almost too crisp.
back a tiny bit. There.
Right there.
Have a look at that for yourself. I think that's pretty good.
There it is.
It is quick.
so all I know is we start off with 4 and then
only
we get
4.
ones later on at what is it?
As your dice goes up when you hit level 2, you get 1, and then you get it again when you hit level 4. Wait, you get 7 dice total.
Event at the end, yes.
So I didn't give you enough dice. So or
Yeah,
me.
I need one more.
The dice tracker is on the far end, so it tells you the number.
Okay. It's 2 energy, 1 culture. That's the other way around.
Oh no,
It's
the
one culture,
dice
2
tracker's right
energy.
here. Yeah, so we start off with 5. Or we start off with 4, then we go to 5.
That way you can follow people if they do an upgrade.
Yep.
In this game, going first is actually not as good as going second.
for the follow command sponsor.
You know what? I'm just gonna put my
Thank
I'm gonna put my 2 spare dice here on my card.
Where's all the
I-
extra dice?
That's a
Give those
that's a rough challenge, my guy.
Hand me my dice.
What's
Well,
going on?
5. Then you have to do the thing.
Name 30 elements on the periodic table of elements in 30 seconds. You win, you get to decide who gets the exercise. If not, you do it.
In 30 seconds?
Oh,
I will say if he can do 15 in 30 seconds,
Yes.
give him time to actually say the elements.
yeah.
Hydrogen, helium, argon, neon, chlorine, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, antimony, plutonium, uranium, tungsten, sodium, potassium, francium. What else is in there? Magnesium's a good one. Copper, arsenic, silicon. That's
You know what? That got you to 20. That's not good
sulfur.
enough.
Okay.
You
My
did
guy,
good. Who's
that got him
doing
to
the
22.
exercise?
Who gets the exercise?
Who are you giving the exercise to? I was gonna make you do it at the rate of 1 a second. That's a little far, but
One
Yeah.
second was gonna be hard for me to do. I could still come up with more.
I was
I-
surprised.
I believe in your ability to come up with 30 elements.
Yeah.
But you either needed more time or fewer
Right.
elements. in that
Well,
time.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Like I could have gone to the precious metals. That would have got me a lot.
I was about to
Tin,
say.
gold, silver, platinum,
Yeah.
rhodium. You know, like.
But you, like most of us, worked a full day today. I do not expect you to pass that kind of quiz. I'm willing to make it easier for you to meet the goal.
Okay. Who's feeling spicy? Because it ain't me. I'm hurting all over.
Look, man, I'm still fighting off a head cold, and my
Not
shoulder
getting-
slash
I think
neck
it's
is
you.
still
This is
messed
just getting over
up.
Yeah, I'm still working on
It's
mine.
Yeah.
gonna have to be you.
I got his head
Everyone
cold.
else is injured.
I
At
tried not
least
to get
I
it
will
right.
survive.
That's what you get
does
for being
seem,
young.
does seem dubious for the rest of you.
I think it was a foregone conclusion that once you caught whatever Shane had, it was gonna wind up jumping to me too. There was no avoiding that.
I tried.
Braden,
Yeah.
you gonna hit the exercise?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
that.
exercise.
We must.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to- we're gonna wanna have to move
On
this.
that on form.
We're gonna have to move this too, aren't we?
I don't know.
For
I
the
think
for the
that's pretty
for the
good.
galaxies.
For
For the- for the planets.
No, if
those
we pull,
might be
if we
able to
pull
go.
this back a little, and then we can put the galaxies.
You think?
All right.
Shots.
We have 4 players, so
I
it's
wasn't
6
even watching.
planets.
What is that? Was that 2? I think he's on 2.
I think he's a little more than 2.
I'm on 15 and you can eat shit.
Rude.
Fair enough.
I can't say what that wasn't deserved, but rude.
I feel like this is part of that karma coming back to
And
roost.
honestly,
finally.
we don't really need the dice assigner. We can just put it off to the side of the tray.
Technically, yeah.
Well, don't we need the tray so you can see what the dice are doing? But maybe we can rotate the tray.
We could roll them in front of us and then just place them there after we rolled.
Yeah, except I want people to see what they're rolling. So,
Okay.
but if we do that, we should have room to. If we move the cards over to the side a little bit, we should be able to make that work.
The galaxy cards and stuff.
Oh yeah, we got room.
And
Well, you can't see that. But
there you go. And there's in a little more. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to make sure this just gets over here. And then you can put your planets over here.
how many planets are we putting out? Is it 5?
6.
6?
Because I was a good little bean and read the
I'm
instructions.
so proud of you.
I know that's about the only thing I can remember. So
Look, you done good. You read the rules.
We're gonna do them like this because
Yeah, then we'll have room. And it'll
Yeah.
be great. We did it.
we did
Look at
it,
that.
and that'll go here.
We have room for everything.
Yeah.
And it's
Slide
readable.
my name card over just a bit.
Now, because Braden,
Mm-hmm.
actually, you might even be able to read these on the screen. The first one is a commerce-based planet.
Hey, Synod.
First
Hey,
one up here.
Kronos.
Hi,
Hey,
Synod and
Kathy,
Kronos.
And
greetings, everybody.
also, since I didn't say it, Trib's Trident and Death Sight.
We love all of you.
We love all of your faces. We appreciate every one of you.
So, commerce-based planet, worth 7 points. It's got 5 around the orbiting track.
Okay.
Move one of your ships to another colony track at an equal level. So, if you've got it on the 4 here, you could, or the 3 here, you could instantly just switch it, or the 4, you could switch it to here and take it,
Huh.
right? So, pretty good power.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This one is a diplomacy-based planet. It's got 3 on the orbital track, and it's worth 3 points. Convert any number of energy into culture.
Okay.
hot.
That's usually pretty good.
This one is a quickie. It is a 1-track orbit. It is a diplomacy-based planet worth 1 point. Regress 1 enemy ship by 1 commerce. It's good power.
Yeah, yeah.
It gets annoying fast.
I believe that. I remember that about these.
This one is also one of my favorites, and you gotta watch out if Braden gets it. It is a diplomacy-based planet, 5 on the orbital track, worth 7 points. Advance 1 ship by 1. Which means instead of people being able to follow you with diplomacy, he can just lock a bunch of fucking biodomes and score a planet.
You say that like it's a bad.
You're a whore.
You're just mad because you didn't see it and then I caught you with it and you died.
I saw it. I just couldn't do anything about it. Anyway, this one is a commerce-based 4 on the orbit track worth 5 points. Pay 1 culture to a player to utilize one of their colonized planets.
Yeah, that one's one you like to use would be an ass.
Or burn them all down. Yes. Yeah, if I get that, then I'm just like, I don't care who has what, because I'm just gonna go.
All for me.
Especially if I can get it with the one that lets me convert energy into culture. And then it's just a smorgasbord.
Then it's just dirty pool at that point.
Spend 2 energy.
Kicking him in the
Last one
face.
Is a diplomacy based unit. So we have 4 diplomacy and 2 economy on this.
Yep.
Or 2 commerce. This one is 3 on the orbital track. Spend 2 energy to reduce 2 enemy ships by 1. It's worth 3 points.
Okay.
So we got a lot of offense.
So what do the little symbols here mean?
Those, if you have a ship in the galaxy and somebody locks in a culture or an energy correspondingly, if they're in your home galaxy, those always count as energy because you have an energy there. But if you have your ships deployed out on these planets, when somebody locks in culture or energy, you will get the corresponding symbol.
So is that for the orbit or the planet or just the planet?
That is both.
Okay.
So if you have one out here and they lock in culture, you'll pick up a culture. But if they lock in an energy and you have one here and you have one back home, you're only going to get 1 energy.
So you have to have a ship that's nearby corresponding with that.
Yes.
Right. Basically, you get the number of resources equal to where your ships are.
Energy and culture are both very important. Culture is extremely powerful because you can spend a culture
To follow,
to follow someone else's action.
Yep.
So that can be a very useful tool. It's why the energy to culture planet is probably one of the strongest ones out. Because it's very easy to generate a bunch of energy in your galaxy, and then you just go to the planet and you'll turn it all into culture and follow whatever.
And then everybody else just does what you want.
Your turn.
And you're just like, yay, I still have moves.
Like last time we played, I basically had a machine that was just generating culture out my ears, and I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna take my turn during your turn, and then oh, you did a thing. Well, I'm
I
gonna
get to
take
do that
another
thing
turn
too.
while you're.
Oh my
doing
god, I
that.
can't hold all this culture that I've got.
All right.
Well, the good news is there is a cap on how much you're allowed to have.
These are your secret missions. You're going to pick one and discard the other.
Yep.
Which I think is a house rule. That's not how it's normally played.
Yeah, but it's a good house rule.
Well, I'm not going with that one because that sure shit ain't gonna be me.
All right.
I got one and its antithesis, and I don't know which one to go.
I had 2 bad
It's
picks.
fucking perfect.
You'll be bad at both of these.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do this one. That seems.
I'm going to do this one.
We're just
There,
gonna
that's
put-
gone.
You know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot.
And I'm just going to stick
Give me
that
one.
under my
Just
player
do-
card.
Yes.
And that's a secret. So don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Did figure out who goes first.
Remember, you're starting with 4 dice.
And you can have up to 7.
You can have up to 7 as you level up your galaxy.
Oh.
No dice.
15.
Let's see.
Damn it.
Ooh, Kim.
All right then. Not gonna be me.
23.
Boy, we're rolling hot tonight.
Sure fucking awesome.
Big number.
I'm gonna laugh. He rolls a 1. 86. Fuck off.
Hell yeah.
I want to go second anyway. Lock that biodome.
99.
92.
Well,
Oh, that's funny.
what's that biodome?
I don't want to help others.
Someone's gonna help me before it's my turn.
Here we go.
I mean, I'd go after you anyway.
I got a good.
You got a
energy,
full
a
spread.
rocket, a diplomacy,
And an energy.
and an energy. So I am gonna start by fucking with people, and I am going to launch my rocket.
Good choice. Good choice.
Does anyone want to follow me?
Thinking about it.
I can decide after I put mine out. Now let's see. Actually, I think it has to go in order, so he has to decide.
Yeah, others have to decide before I do. So
Right.
And it costs a culture in order to.
It costs a culture to follow.
And here's the real rub that I'm putting out by locking that first. if you want to follow my rocket and place it out on a board, when I lock that biodome later, you can't follow it because you don't have any culture.
You're gonna level up your thing, aren't you?
He's thinking about it.
Most people would.
Level up your.
But if I do that,
Galaxy?
everybody else gets one more die than I did on my first turn. All right.
I'm good for now. Are you gonna follow him?
Declining to.
Are you going to follow
I'm
him?
good, fam.
Okay,
Yeah,
we've all
let's see
declined.
here.
Look, it's good schmuck bait, Callahan, and in other circumstances, I would entertain.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Well, I can't stop you from getting all of the planets.
Yeah, there's not terribly much you can do to stop any of us from doing something strong.
I think I'm gonna land here, and then I'm going to lock my diplomacy, which no one cares because no one has a ship out but me. And we might as well. Oh wait, I did them in the wrong order. Can you re-roll?
No.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
You get one
you
free-
get one free one,
you
and then
get one
after that,
free
you have to pay
reroll.
energy.
Yep.
I'm gonna re-roll the energy because I didn't lock that first.
You
It's
got a
another
rocket.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, fine. Fuck it. I will launch another rocket.
Okay. Where are you going? Wow, you did play that like a donut.
Right.
You didn't have to lack that diplomacy. You could have moved two things. You suck.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's Red's wife name on that 70s show?
I have never watched that.
To quote Kitty, dumbass.
Thank you, Shane.
Good
We
night,
love you,
Shane.
Shane. Have a good night.
Bye, Shane.
I am going to go to.
So what I was making fun of him for was if he had re-rolled and gotten that second rocket, he could have put it on another diplomacy planet and then locked diplomacy and moved both his rockets in orbit.
No, it's only one.
Oh, it's only one?
It's one for one. But
Okay.
I could have gotten more 2 energy by locking the energy first.
Well, yeah, you could have done that too. Sorry, it's been a moment, so yeah.
You're
So
right.
I'm also a dumbass, but
Good news.
you're still a dumbass.
All right, and then I'm going to lock my biodome and spend all of my energy to go up to level 2.
Yeah,
I
what
would like to
I'm
follow.
doing.
Following.
And then I will take these dice back.
And then I'll spend my energy
Oh.
and I'll get this up to 2.
I don't think we went over the converter. Sometimes.
2 dice to 1 chosen.
Right. You're spending it's
2 to get
costs you
1.
3, right. You're burning 2, but sometimes you just need one fucking thing, and for the life of you, you can't roll it.
Mm.
And
I've been
that's where the converter comes in. Yeah, we've used it.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, for the most part, D6s have always been sort of friendly to me. At least they're not their big brothers, D12s.
All right, so we're gonna get these
So much
scores out of here.
so much D12 trauma.
As we all moved up our galaxy, we're all going to claim 2 points.
Hooray.
Indeed. Didn't we start at 2?
Nope, we started at 0.
Oh, you're right. And it's only 1 point.
Or it is only one for that.
It's only
one?
1.
It is.
Well, never mind. I'll put us in 1.
So
Everybody
you
got
did not lock in
one.
energy, so...
This matters because the game's last round is when we hit 20.
Right.
Oh, right, victory points of 1.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's why I'm putting that up there because that's very important to keep track of.
Ironically enough, my favorite color, the blue. The backside, when you're playing this by yourself, the blue is the easiest galaxy to play on when you're playing a solo
They
game.
did that on purpose.
Probably.
No, they did that on purpose.
Blue.
You'll know the colors get meaner, the harder the difficulty gets.
I got a decent spread here.
But no rockets.
No rockets isn't great, but
But you do still have... No, you don't have enough
I
energy.
don't have
now.
any energy.
So, if you were to lock some energy, I wouldn't necessarily benefit, but if you can get up to 3 energy, you could lock one of those biodomes and upgrade your planet again and get another rocket. Doesn't necessarily benefit you right now. Should I be giving him play-by-play advice?
it's his first playthrough, so I say
Okay.
it is worthwhile to do that. Plus, it's good for chat anyway
And
Yeah.
because it's giving
It's giving
people
them...
more insight
Yeah,
as
Here's
to
the
good
other
options.
advantage that you have right now going second. Everyone's burned their culture but me, and I'm all out of
So
energy
you're
to
the-
spend things on.
So you're the only one that can follow
I'm
me.
the only one that can follow you.
Splendid.
So you kind of want to get a rocket. If you're either going for a rocket or you're going for Empire upgrade early on that nobody else can get.
I do like having more movement. So I know we're going to re-roll those two because they don't do me anything right now. Because I have.
If you lock the energy, you benefit everybody a little bit. I get 1 energy, everybody else gets 2, and you get 2.
How does that work?
Because
we
they
have
the
two
ships in their
in our home galaxy, and everything in
Home galaxy
has
always
energy.
gets energy.
Whereas
Ah.
his, he's got 1 on the energy, 1 on the culture.
Gotcha.
So
I'm going
you're
to do
not
that. I'm going to
completely
lock an
free.
energy, so I'm going to
Alright.
get 2.
And I go back up to 1. Take 2 energy.
The phone?
Do. I'm not on anything, so that does me nothing.
You definitely aren't going to need 2 biodomes yet. There are times when you will once you have planets in your home galaxy there.
I'm going to lock a culture.
Okay, so I get 1. No, you don't want to lock culture.
Wait, I don't?
No,
Oh, that's right, because I'm not on anything that
Yeah.
generates culture.
That's
Okay.
basically useless to you unless you get a rocket.
So these 3 are basically worthless to me. I'm going to hold that one back just in case.
I think that's a good idea.
So I got a
Rocket
movement, I got a
and
culture,
culture.
and I got an energy. Good deal.
Ooh, okay. So if you do this in the right order, you can lock your energy, maximize that one, use your biodome to upgrade your empire. No one else can follow you because I'll only be getting 1 energy, so I won't have enough to do it. And then you can fly your rocket out and lock culture.
Ah, so order of operations does matter.
Order
Very
of
much
operations
so.
matters. critically.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch, I'm having to remember PEMDAS and it sucks. So we're going to lock
Yeah.
energy first. So
So I
it's going to
get
give me
1.
another 2.
One the phone?
I'm going to lock my biodome.
Yep.
So
And
I'm
I
going
will
to
decline
spend.
to follow you because I don't have enough energy to do so.
I spend 3, dropping me back down to 1, and I get my 3rd rocket ship.
That is correct.
Oh my god. There we go. We're going to lock the movement. We're going to fly my little ship out.
Well, if you want to lock the culture, the only planet that'll give it to you is the one that I'm on.
That is true.
Yeah.
So do we just. Okay, so
Side
what
by
is
side.
orbiting versus sitting
So
on?
if you go to the planet itself, you use the ability on the planet.
You use the ability
If you
immediately.
go into orbit, you can start advancing it along by locking, in this case, is that diplomacy? And once you get to the end, you will be able to claim the planet as yours, and you can use its ability by locking a biodome in the future. Plus, it's worth victory points.
Right.
But
down
he's
the
already
board.
up the track on 1, and I would be starting here.
Yes.
Yes.
That's less than ideal.
I think I did that right? We start on that initial landing pad.
Yeah, you start on the initial landing spot.
Okay.
That is correct.
And the only way we can move down that is by spending
Diplomacy.
diplomacy or
Following someone.
We're following
If you
someone.
have culture and they're locking diplomacy.
But if they are
Or
flying,
if you land on this planet, you can also advance 1. Right? That's a way to get around the rules by using your rocket. And the order matters as well. Because let's say that we're both on 3 and Braden then launches a rocket. I get to choose whether I go first. If I have a culture and I can advance my ship onto that, I get to go before you to claim that planet. So
yeah,
who
turn
you
order is
follow-
also relevant.
Yep.
This game is very, very, very dependent on order of operations. Absurdly so.
I wouldn't say absurdly. I'd say awesomely.
Well, it is a very good game, but order of operations
I'm going to do something
makes or
stupid.
breaks.
Yeah.
I'm going to land there. I'm going to spend 1 energy to re-roll this.
Taking a shot. Diplomacy.
That did not. do
You
it.
went the wrong way. You should lock it.
You should not.
What happens if I lock it?
I can follow.
He's being a schmuck.
No, I'm good. I think that's it for me.
All right. Because diplomacy doesn't do shit for you. That requires commerce.
You need commerce.
Correct.
Right.
I thought I'd roll the bones and try and.
No, you shot your
something.
shot.
Oh,
I get it.
he went up another point.
Oh, is it 2?
Yeah.
I am at 2.
Yes.
Right, you did level up your finance.
2.
Oh, wonderful. Shane is bringing Shane packs to the chat.
Q is the only English letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name. Yeah, no, that's right. Everything else shows up.
Well, when
Now-
we take
now you have to
Canada, we
check
can fix
every
that.
other letter. to
Look,
make sure.
I was being so good. I was thinking it so loudly.
Can we leave that stuff out of play, please?
We've got rockets and biodomes in both your diplomacy.
Interesting.
Not bad.
It's not.
That isn't bad.
How can I have diplomacy is a maybe. It's probably
Didn't you upgrade?
I did.
He's got 5 dice in there.
He does?
Yeah.
The last one's in the corner.
Ah.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
I see.
It is culture. It is garbage.
Oh, it is.
It's
also
in the shame corner.
It is in
the corner of
it is in
shame.
garbage roll.
Yes.
It is in the corner of sadness.
The hell is my secret mission?
Human States use all the letters when I'm around. Except HR sent me home early for the day for reasons I don't understand.
Do I help Fuzzy as well?
I'm curious
I have
about
played
that,
this
but I
exactly
will
once,
ask
like
about that
2
later.
years ago. I would appreciate some basic advice while we're getting.
You already have the setup to claim that planet that I'm on and fuck me out of it. You could fly a rocket there, advance your diplomacy, even if I follow, right?
Yeah.
Then you could launch your other rocket and land it on this planet and advance one more and just take it.
Okay. So
And then you can use your biodomes thereafter to fuck over people going after commerce planets.
How would the biodomes?
So he'll own that planet,
Once
so
you
he
have
can
the
spend a
planet and it's in yours,
biodome to use
The
the
bio,
planet's
yeah,
ability.
the biodomes have 2 functions. They can you can use them to upgrade your empire, or you can use them to utilize the ability of a planet you own.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna say congratulations until I'm told otherwise. So I will admit I was confused
Confugled?
by the fact that Shane was home.
I
Yeah,
think I'm
you're not
going to re-roll this culture. We'll see what that gives me.
More culture.
not an energy.
Interesting.
Okay, that one is acceptable. That is 3 for that.
So resources generate for everybody when they're locked in.
When they're locked in.
When they're
right?
locked in, yes.
So he's starting
Gonna
with the biodome.
Lock the biodome first.
Okay. So you're also up to 2 now?
Yep,
Correct.
getting his extra rocket. And now he can pump the energy because he's got an extra rocket in there.
Yeah, that's a smart call.
And I think that is exactly what I'm going to do next. Just take your energies.
So if I'm correct, I get 3 because I've got 1 there and 2 here.
That is correct.
That is indeed correct.
And I, as annoying as that planet is, don't actually want to snipe it from you all that.
There are plenty of other diplomacy planets that are all.
There are the problem. Is
I
the
like
one
this
that
one.
that is the one I've got my eye on. I really want the economy one next to it, but that's not really an option.
Nobody's been rolling commerce yet.
Eh.
So, right.
So I will knock one of these to there. I will spend my diplomacy to advance it up that track. And then I think I'm going to
Do I
use
want to
my other launch. Right. Sorry. Follows.
I have no
I was
culture.
gonna say the only one who can follow at the moment is Callahan.
I don't.
Should be
think
waiting.
I'm not following.
And I'm going to send my other one to go and land on that planet and move that up again.
I like it.
All right, that is me.
Those are some nice moves.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Here comes the Bradenator.
Yeah. Let's see what I get.
Biodome City and energies.
Yeah, I've got 300
Holy
and
Christ.
That's a lot of
So I
energy.
guess you could. What? You have enough energy to upgrade your.
We're gonna start with that. That's a no-brainer.
And I'll follow.
I assumed. So
And then, God, I think you can upgrade twice.
give me a moment. I want to see kind of what I want to do. So there are a couple different routes I can take. All right, so it was 3 to do this one.
Yep.
So I'm gonna 3, and I get another sheeps.
Why don't you have your ships up here?
They go there. Oh, sorry. All right.
if you want one more energy, that gets you up to a 6, which would let you advance your empire. And then if you lock an energy, that would get you up to a 5, and then you could advance again and get your other ship out. You can literally,
I only have 2 biodomes, Callahan.
yeah, that's only 2 upgrades.
Yeah, because he used one now.
Oh, he didn't lock it. Great. Right. Well, then your life sucks, and you have extra rerolls.
Well, let's go on a ponder. I'm gonna put myself up to 2 while I'm thinking.
I'm pretty sure he's going to get himself that extra die. So he's probably going to lock energy and then upgrade again, and then reroll the other ones.
Distinctly possible.
And this isn't a bad time for him.
Oh, you can do that, can't you? I forgot about that.
Right. This isn't a bad, but you can only have one ship on a planet at a time. So he can't use that ability again until he gets it off of there.
And he has to get it off there by spending a ship.
By
movement.
spinning a rocket.
Yep.
Now, or claiming the planet. If he claims the planet, it automatically goes home.
Yeah.
So
I am going
this
to
is
lock
also
an
a good time
energy.
for him to lock in energy because everybody else is getting near the top. So once you max out, any energies that he locks don't matter.
For example,
And I get
I am
10
maxed
now.
out.
So,
All
just
future energy until it gets back around to my turn is just fucking wasted.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you can, if you roll a whole bunch of something, you can just, and everybody's near the top, you can just lock those fuckers and just go, nobody gets shit.
extra die is nice, but that's not really what I had in plans for this turn.
You don't like extra dice?
I like extra
You're a dice snob.
Oh,
That's
I
what
am.
you are.
but I'm gonna re-roll these 3 extra dice. I didn't get rough.
I have kind of 50-50 luck, so I have anything I can get to increase my luck.
That's what I want.
Rockets, biodomes, and rockets.
Pretty good.
Lots of rockets.
So I am going to launch a rocket. And we're gonna park right there. And I'm gonna turn 6 energy into 6 culture.
God, that's
Excellent
hot.
choice.
Can there only be one rocket on the surface at a time?
Only
No,
one of your
only one of
rockets.
yours.
Ah,
Anybody, yeah. Everybody can land there, but you can only land there once.
gotcha. So he's just given
Yeah.
himself.
Baller.
I
move.
was
Yeah.
I was thinking further ahead.
That was, I cannot fault you on your play there. you sacrificed a temporary die gain for the ability to follow at crucial times.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
very solid.
And now you can,
Is that all culture does? Is allow you to follow?
You can also spend it to
well,
upgrade your
sometimes they have,
Galaxies.
yeah, they might have.
Well, you're
other
gonna want to
abilities
spend energy in order to upgrade your.
there. Well, you can.
You can spend either, and then some things require you to spend energy or culture to do.
Now, are you
something
moving
on the
that
card.
rocket off of there? So that you can utilize it again later?
I am probably moving it off of there. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go. You think? I'll be back. That is very strong.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Can't do what I need to do there. Which is I need to look at some of this deployment through.
I definitely like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. So while I want this planet, getting that one is acceptable.
Whatever it takes to keep him from getting both.
Well, I don't. This one is the lesser, in my opinion, because I have to pay to use it. But the flip side of that is, I can still use whatever gets taken. So now we're gonna have that locked. That's my 4th, and then this biodome. I can't spend any energy,
use
so I
that.
converted it.
Yep.
So
Figured out.
I did. I am gonna let that biodome die. I think. I'd rather have 6 culture.
Fair enough.
That's fair. Can't argue.
Because I can literally do upgrades anytime in the next 3 turns when biodomes get locked.
All right. I got even spread. I got one of each,
Oh damn.
which is usually pretty great. I guess I didn't get a culture because I don't. But do I want that extra die? The biodome doesn't really do me any good right now.
Yeah, this is a much better evil plan, I think.
A much better evil plan.
As it should be.
Oh, let's
I am
see.
all about evil plan. So basically, rather than upgrading my
Don't get
galaxy, I loaded up on culture so I can follow all of you.
Yep.
And just do more stuff on turns that aren't mine.
He basically gets to use your turn as his turn. And my turn as his turn. And also Callahan's turn as his turn.
Neat.
As long as he's
No,
willing to
That's
spend
what
the
I did
turn.
last turn. That was the entirety of my plan.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna
He
reroll.
did that,
these
he did it on
Oops, shit.
My precious galaxy!
Good job. You broke all of the stars, you ass.
I ended up with another rocket, and these are so I ended up with a rocket and the commerce, which I had already had.
Oh joy.
But I don't really want commerce because
You're not on a
I'm
planet
not
that has
competing to
commerce.
that. I'm not. Yeah, not in competition for those. Diplomacy is where I live. Okay.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
I don't believe you.
You shouldn't.
I'm just not sure who it's fine for yet.
Fine for somebody.
2 rockets, so I can do. Okay, I can. Let me think this through.
Okay.
Okay.
What do people out there? Oh, you have a bunch of interesting things.
No, that ain't gonna work. Damn it. Damn
Lots
it,
of things
Elena.
could work.
There are lots of things that could work. I was trying to close my planet early.
Yeah, I wanted to compete with you for it and realized I was always going to be a step behind on it. Just because of how the dice fell.
All right.
I think this is going to be a very interesting
Alright.
game.
Just so I don't waste things, I'm gonna start by locking a rocket.
Is anyone following him?
I have no culture.
Oh,
No
I get to
culture here.
choose.
Just you.
Sweet.
Now tell me about the game. All right, I'm gonna land here. I'm gonna
What's that
advance.
Oh,
that
that's the
is
advance one.
advance a ship.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Hello, Frank.
Hi.
Welcome.
It's very busy.
Alley-oop.
It is.
It is a popular planet. And then I am going to lock my diplomacy,
That does me no good.
and I'm gonna move here.
What are you doing? Why are you
Yeah,
using
get
dice
into it,
that aren't
get into
helpful?
it. Then I'm gonna launch another rocket. I'm gonna move this rocket over to here.
I don't need that rocket to be over there.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, you want to get off of that planet whenever you can.
Yep.
So that it's there when you need it.
You know, it's funny, so I'm doing it.
It is funny.
It.
That's regress one enemy ship by 1 economy.
Oh right. You
Oh
can't.
shit, it's economy.
Yeah.
We are the only ones that are on economy.
Yeah. Fuck off, Braden. But it was funny.
It was funny though. What's this one?
You could-
one of
You could knock him back on his economy.
Do another colony track at
An
the
equal
same
level.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh wait, you're the one that's on the other planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the only one that's on an economy planet that
I
can
know,
actually be shoved
That's a
backwards.
raw deal.
You could still. I mean, you can still get it off of that.
I'm
planet.
gonna hang out over here with Callahan.
There you go.
Be a little bit menacing.
Little menacing.
As a treat.
And then I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do the commerce planet. Does anybody want to follow?
Hmm?
I have no culture.
I would like
He does.
There you go.
Then I'm going to lock in energy.
Sweet. I will happily take the energy.
I'm maxed out.
Hey, me too.
These will be
Hey,
Fucking
take it away.
sucks.
We're getting some good starting rolls.
Indeed.
And
I was unable to secure merculture, so what's the negative part of that?
Not gonna lie, just fucking turbo back sync your Empire level is not the worst play with that roll.
Getting up to the 7 die roll. You want me to be quiet?
The gerbil is currently actually running on the wheel. He hasn't tripped and fallen yet, but it's coming.
while the gerbil's
I'm
running,
doing-
put some music on so the
I'm doing-
chat is entertained.
Yes,
while the
I'm
gerbil's
doing
running.
some thinking. Order of operations is important. Okay, so let me. And each level costs what it's going up to.
Yes. And you can only spend 1 resource. Not that it matters for you, but it might come up later.
Okay,
Do you have me at 2 points?
Oh, I can get you there.
I'm going to lock in colony.
He's biodoning.
Upgrade to that, so I get this. I don't get to roll it yet
Right.
because it's
Yep.
on. Okay,
Right.
that
It also
cost
goes
me
up to 3 points.
4, so I go back to 3.
Yes.
I lock in an energy to give me 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, and I get 2. And you're maxed out.
I lock in Starbase to level up to 5, so that puts me at 5 points. I get another rocket ship, which goes there. I spend 5, which puts me at 1. I lock in an energy to get 4,
That
which
maxes
puts me
out.
to 5.
Yep.
I launch a rocket, land here, spend 5 to get 5.
Following, doing the same.
I don't think you get to. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you shut up. I know what I'm doing.
I don't have extra culture to follow that.
No.
He did hit 5 points.
Is it 5 now?
Yeah. That was a good
Did I
round.
do that right?
You did a good thing and you made me very happy in the process.
Yay, the hamster hasn't tripped and fallen
He got
yet.
his culture back up, which was his plan.
I
He's just
did.
like,
I
"Hey,
not
I'm gonna
only
lock
got my
energy."
culture back up, I also leveled my shot. So I'm
You're
up to 3.
Gotta watch Braden. You're doing fine. But kill him when you can.
No, I'm building a beautiful
Oh.
engine.
This is hot because I don't have the ability to follow.
You know
So
who
he
can
could just-
follow?
He could just sweep things or
everything.
upgrade his biodome. I don't know.
That's all good news for me.
He didn't get a rocket to convert all of that to culture.
I did not. I am mildly annoyed.
You do get 1 free reroll.
I do. I like these. I like that. Yeah, you know what? I like energy. So, first, home. Spend 4 to upgrade.
He's up to 3 points.
So you're now up to 6 dice too.
I'm the person who gets to use 6 dice. Which feels good.
And a
I'm
lot.
sorry I can't hear you all the way down there at Suckbit.
Yeah,
2 diplomacy.
I am definitely sucking high intake.
I cannot follow.
And then 1 power.
So,
You've given me 1, 2, 3. Does this? No. Okay, so just 3.
oh,
Then economy of reroll.
For power.
2 more power.
Remember, you can spend power to roll again.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend a power to roll.
What are you hoping for?
Fucking goddamn.
You got a power.
not that. He's not hoping for that.
Well, remember, you can just keep re-rolling. If you're down to energy, you can just keep re-rolling.
I mean, I can. I've got basically a 50-50 of getting shit that I actually want. And about a 30% chance of getting stuff I can't do anything.
Hot.
And then energy.
And then energy, which
And
will
then
just put
energy.
you back to square one. I mean, if you spend all your energy to get the energy back, it doesn't really hurt you.
Yeah, but if I roll,
Oh, but it does help the others.
And if I roll economy or culture,
I mean, you don't have to spend it on it.
Right. You can just not
say
block
no.
your dot.
I'm gonna spend one more, see if I can get something active.
Yeah.
Knocking culture. Ain't knocking shit.
Oh, I would have liked.
Come on,
I would
man.
have liked a free culture too.
All
I
right.
need me some of that.
I'm gonna take my 6 dice and we're gonna see what we get here. Oh God. And the tray.
Nice.
All right.
Ah, they got a rocket out of it.
2 cultures, a moon base, an energy, and 2 rockets.
That's
Interesting.
Those cultures are not useful to him right
Not abundantly, no.
No.
I could lock them. I could get 1 culture, but
now. Whoopity-doo!
Advance a ship +1. Does it have to be your ship?
no.
Nope.
You can advance any ship.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can do shenanigans.
I think the first thing I have to do is launch them.
I'm not following. I have no culture.
All right.
You have options.
But I could just pop over here
Howdy.
and then move my ship again.
Which is something you should consider too.
I'm going to follow, so I'm going to spend 1 of my precious culture. I'm going to launch off of this.
What's this supposed to do again?
I'm assuming things.
Do I just want to go the
Oh,
Nathan
right.
route and do chaos, or be the smart one?
The chaos route is very enjoyable. You will not.
I mean, I wasn't going to win anyway.
You will be
doing better than
tight.
me.
You'll be
Moves
competing
faster.
with people for last. You're actually doing very well.
I was gonna say I think you're in the second strongest position. at the
We're
moment.
gonna, you know what? We're just gonna all hang out because it seems to be like a cool kids planet.
It's a good
And
plan.
we're just gonna move that
one.
up to We're just gonna go that one.
That's a solid pick. Okay. Callahan's maxed out on energy, so locking that's just funny.
That is true.
And actually,
Quick, lock culture while you can.
No. No. Gee.
So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am maxed out.
That also maxes me
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna lock him out.
Solid.
Which gets you another ship, which gets you another ship. And more points.
Very solid.
I am going to follow.
I assumed you would.
Hey.
He's gonna need more dice.
I have 8 points now. I already have an extra dice.
Okay.
Alright, so that's there. Alright, 3 dice.
That was expensive, but I think it was very much needed.
Very worth.
I can't refute logic. Alright. Now that I've done the stuff that's easy to figure out for my turn, I have to figure out the stuff that's not so easy.
Yay.
Do still have a rocket. It's not nothing.
Lock those culture, bitch!
No, I'm gonna re-roll them actually.
Yes. Destroy the culture.
I'm gonna keep the rocket. I think I might want to.
Get a diplomacy, and
diplomacy.
what was the other one?
Oh, you could just straight up snipe that planet.
Oh, 2 diplomacy. Holy shit!
I could just straight up snipe it. Is it helpful me to do it?
Oh, the reverse an enemy ship by commerce? You get a point, and you get the ability to do shenanigans later.
Yeah.
Yeah, shenanigans
It is a-
later are good.
It is a low prospect, immediate victory.
Yeah, I'm aware that it's not what I wanted out of this. Not by a long shot. But my options are
I
kind of
can't remember. Is there a way in this game to destroy the or the planets that are up there?
No.
I
Not
didn't-
without a planet ability. There are planets that.
Oh,
do it.
right.
Not without a
There's
super
planets that
weapon.
do it.
Planets that do it, and then super
The
weapons, I
Death
think, do it.
Stars.
Well, I can't re-roll, so my options are actually kind of shit. So I do think I need to lock diplomacy twice. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this one.
Okay, and that comes back home, and he gets Vizcara.
Next one that is up is another.
Ooh, it's a good.
So it's another diplomacy planet, and the effect is advance +1 on an economy track.
Leandra.
economy track, you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't that interesting? I'm going
Yes.
to use this rocket.
And you?
I'm glad we had this.
Glorious.
You get your dice out of there?
Yes.
All right. I am still at 5 dice, I think. Yeah.
That wasn't a bad.
We should really have multiples of these cards so everybody has their own.
They don't have the option to buy them.
Really?
I thought about just photocopying them and printing them out of cardstock.
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
That's a lot of energy.
Fuck. And it's all of these are useless to me. The culture isn't bad, but
No, you should lock culture. Very good.
You should totally lock energy.
Type value.
Not
You
bad.
also lock
not
energy.
good.
You should lock energy.
I am
should
very
lock-
energy destitute.
I'm going to re-roll all of these dice.
Oh God.
What a
Oops.
That doesn't
Sorry.
count.
Good job.
Doesn't
Reroll.
count?
in the
Nope,
tray.
that has to count. This goes in
Hey,
the
I
tray.
wanted that better. All right.
Fuckity fuck.
Yeah, acquired thing.
These are not
Shit.
what I want. So,
God damn it.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about my life.
I'm not.
I didn't get a bio bit. Really wanted a bio bit. No other culture. That would at least get 2 culture.
Man, you didn't get anything I really wanted. I'm very disappointed.
I'm gonna start by locking 2 culture. That's
What a
just for me.
Gets me absolutely
What a tool.
nothing.
Literally just it.
You
And-
fucking putz.
What happened to serving your fellow Galaxy men?
You're all horse.
But I'm a cultured whore.
Makes
A
us strong.
cultured whore with no energy.
And I'm gonna lock in diplomacy.
Fuck
And take this
you.
planet. That gets me 3 more points.
Helios. Culture planet for diplomacy. Discard an unoccupied planet in the middle and replace it with a new planet.
Hey, it's that
Interesting.
thing
It's a Death Star
I
planet.
should be up to 5. Oh, but it has to be unoccupied.
Correct.
Yeah.
So does that mean unoccupied is in nobody's on the planet or nobody's on the card?
Both.
Ah,
Card and all.
I was hoping I could blow up a planet and blow up somebody's ship alongside of it.
Alas,
Kinda-
no.
That is
Got
not how this works, sir.
Damn it.
Would be funny.
And
It would
I
be
have
funny.
no rockets. I could lock that commerce, but that just helps.
I do like being helped.
If you lock the commerce, how does it help him?
You can spend a culture and take
He's got
one
plenty
planet.
of culture to follow my moves.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend an energy to re-roll these 2.
Proud of you.
Fine. I
Yay.
Biodome and a rocket. I'm gonna pull up Braden. I'm gonna lock my fucking biodome.
Can I
Forget
follow? I
culture.
can't follow because I have nothing to spend my biodome.
Oh wait, no. If I do that, it would max out. So give me a sec here.
Gotta think about it.
It's spent 4 energy. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm going to. Oh god, but no, because then I can't.
He located a conundrum.
If you lock the biodome, can't you just automatically use this? The planet's ability? Is that how the biodomes work?
I can use this ability, but I can't upgrade my empire. I can only do one or the other.
Yep. Ah,
Yeah, he only got one biodome when he wanted to.
gotcha. Wait, was I
Well-
the first one to get to reach level 5 on the
You are the first one to cap out,
neat?
largely because I wanted to keep culture. I would be there with you otherwise. I think you'd still have been first, but you know, basically.
I mean, as long as I'm at it, I guess I'll get my rocket out here and land here before it's all used up, and I'll move there.
You're a dick.
I'm gonna follow that rocket. Because I do not need to be on both of these spots. But I do need here's fun.
Alright. And then I've got
Do I want to follow?
Sorry, technically I had to wait for you to make that decision first, but I already knew what I was going to do regardless, which was
You're so much.
what?
You're such a dick.
What?
Do I want to follow?
Hookers and blow. We're still a long way away from there.
Yeah, no. Doesn't matter though. Still pisses me off. You always gotta get that. You just always gotta throw the fucking stick in the bicycle wheel, don't you?
I was there first.
Fuck you, you weren't. I was.
Fake news.
I'm gonna,
Alright.
Uh-huh.
Here.
I'm gonna launch a rocket. I don't have the energy to spend, but it'll be funny anyway. I'm gonna land here.
Huh.
That gets discarded.
Alright. Just yeah.
Fire laser.
Energy planet for commerce. Steal one culture from another player only once per turn.
Interesting.
It's still nice. If you can put a stranglehold on the culture, you can basically run away with it.
So somebody gets -1 and you get +1. Interesting.
Alright, I think I'm gonna lock my biodome to upgrade my empire.
I cannot follow.
Oh, wait.
2 cultures should be
I
enough.
don't think following is.
What do you mean you could? What do you mean you wish you could? You got 7 energy.
I have 0
But I
culture.
did
Zero culture.
That gives me 1 more point.
So you're up to 6.
Yes. And then I will yoink those away. Oh, I forgot to spend my.
Jesus Christ.
You got anything good?
He got lots of good.
I got a
Oh,
rocket,
He
an
got
energy.
rockets and he got all
culture.
the commerce he needs to scoot ahead of me on that planet.
That is true. I got 2 biodomes.
The biodomes, now that you've maxed everything out, are only useful when you have planets in your galaxy.
Correct.
So get used to planets.
So those are gonna get re-rolled. I like these so far. Wait, hang on.
PJ's at 8 points, right? Yeah.
Sure is.
Um,
I will say this is the fastest
think-
I've had a strategy come
And I
together.
think he's gonna lock that 7. That's gonna put him to 15.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna lock
What do you want me to do?
commerce.
Stop
Go up
it.
1.
How? Harder.
So you're doing commerce?
Yep.
I am going to follow.
It is not advantageous to chase you. So
So I'm going to take 5 points, and I'm going to claim this plant.
and now he can use my planet. That's the whole.
Yeah, which one's yours again?
Yeah,
The
kind of.
one
Convert any number of energy into
Oh,
culture.
right. That thing I
Yeah.
did to counter you taking that one.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
If you're
Berkamias. That's an interesting planet name. If you are followed on this turn, acquire 1 culture per follow. Interesting.
Well, that's a strong one.
Yeah.
I'm sure glad I can use that planet whenever I want.
oh, that planet? Yeah. And it's you just have to pay me 1.
I don't have to pay you anything at the moment.
I'm gonna lock another economy.
They have to be colonized. They have to be in somebody's galaxy.
No, I know that. But I can just follow a rocket and use it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm locking another economy. Is anybody following?
Anything on economy anymore? I don't. Enjoy.
Sweet.
I'm at 11 points now.
Oh, that was your second planet.
It sure was.
And all the empires.
I'm going to launch a ship. We're gonna move that off of there. We're gonna set you over here.
That's the play.
Advance 1 on an economy, so we're gonna move that one up.
You can just bounce those fuckers back and forth and just advance.
I
with
am
rockets.
also going to follow you.
Okay.
And I'm taking one of your culture.
So-
Alright. I can burn this shit to the ground.
I know you can, but it's more. I have more culture than you, so it's advantageous to me to fight you while I'm at a higher position, because you will lose that race.
But also,
I think I'm gonna use my free reroll.
I
No, I
can
won't.
me.
That is not what I wanted to fucking see. God
Yeah,
damn
that
it.
was
That
not
was
a
a-
great view.
That was a shit fucking reroll.
Yeah, you got what? 1 energy. Another reroll
I'm
possibility.
gonna, you know what? I'm gonna keep the energy, and I'm just gonna spend 1 to reroll these 3.
Okay. That's much better.
So that's energy. So we're gonna lock in the commerce. We're gonna go up another one.
Anyway,
Remember, you have the converter.
Indeed. It was something that you desperately require.
You would be out of energy, but you would lock that shit down.
I said 3 dice is a big gas.
It does suck. You could also, I mean, at this point, what do you got? 4 rockets out on energy planets? Oh, only 3 of them are out on energy planets. So you could lock an energy and have 3 more rerolls, hoping to get what you wanted. But then it helps everyone else too.
In order to use the converter, you have to have 3 dice left.
Yes.
Okay.
Converter is one of those safety valves that is nice in theory.
If you have a shitload of dice.
1, 2.
If you
3.
got a lot in there, perhaps.
I'm gonna lock an energy, get 3.
Right. I get 3 as well.
He gets nothing. You get 3, and you get 3 energy. Or
I get
1,
4.
2, 3.
Got 1 in orbit, 1 on planet, 1 there, and 1 in total. So,
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll go for.
I'm gonna spend an energy to reroll this one.
Fuck, folks.
Wow.
Interesting.
He's gonna get himself so much
I'm
energy.
gonna lock
that
an
he
energy
keep
and get
rolling.
3,
That's gonna max me out.
and then I'm gonna spend 1 to reroll. Fuck. Spend another 1.
Diplomacy.
That gets me nothing.
Sure does.
Rocket. Splendid. We're gonna launch. Actually, we're gonna bounce this one off. We're gonna put you over there. Advance ship 1. So that goes to there.
He comes home.
I capture the planet. You go back home. I get 7 points.
15. I'm gonna follow your rocket, but
I'll let you complete that. Actually, this comes out before
have
you
to. So,
Pay 1
Well,
energy.
no, because you get to see
Oh,
this planet first. So Sargus 36. Pay 1 energy to a player to utilize one of their colonized planets.
oh,
Interesting.
that is in fact interesting.
That
And
was locked in,
diplomacy
so-
based.
All right, so
And it's going to be a 4 track for 5 points. That ain't bad.
I'll be right back. What's his planet do? He took the 7-pointer.
The 7-pointer is he gets to move one of his ships to another colony track at an equal level. So he can be on any high. Well, actually, all of these are pretty low. But if he gets one up on a higher track, he can just sweep it. Yeah, dang it. I've done that before. Really pisses people off because it's hard to see.
So wait, how do you
I'm just moving up.
so how do you use this if it's in your thing?
So you're gonna need another ship on. Say you had this ship on 5, right?
Yep.
Or anything else.
Yeah.
And everybody else is clamoring for this planet, and you had another one that's on 5. Let's say this one was a 5, and you had a ship over here, but everybody's clamoring for that. And they're about to get it, and somebody locks a biodome. You can use your ability and just go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm over here." Just take it. Right? You're just like, I was in orbit the whole time.
Great.
Working technology. It's
You might have to help me with
the
that.
practical joker of the universe. Right now, with the board, you need a planet that has a high orbit track to make that really useful.
Yeah.
And you just have to move your ship along it. It's also
Oh, and then whatever that's at is what this activates and sets it to. Just kind of
because you need to be right. Exactly.
gotcha.
Oh wow, I hate that.
That does not look good.
It's
That looks like that looks like poop.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to follow.
Would you like to follow?
Nah, fuck it.
Keeping those, gonna re-roll the shit out of these.
That
Okay, that's significantly better.
2 diplomacy, a culture, and a rocket launch.
Okay, alright.
So I'm betting he's getting that planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Locking those now.
lock to diplomacy. Take this planet.
Oh, you can follow and take your planet.
Would you like to follow?
I would actually like to follow and take that planet.
To culture, it's all yours.
Will do. It's for you.
Okay, first one. Jorg. Diplomacy planet for culture. Spend 2 culture to regress 1 enemy ship by -2.
Ouch.
That's worth 3.
What are you up to,
What's
Braden?
your planet, Nathan?
7.
Up to 10?
Yes.
Okay, I'm up to 12.
K Widow. Economy planet. Regress an enemy ship -1. Just flat out. It's worth 7.
We got a lot more culture planets out than energy planets. They're all culture except for the one enemy.
Indeed.
Now you got rockets.
Going to spend 1 rocket. Go to here.
Okay, I'm gonna follow. Callahan's last culture.
And you can do it before I can follow.
Correct. That was, in fact, the master plan.
I am burning you.
Everything
I do is just gonna be-
You launched the rocket?
Like, okay, I just want
I'm
you
going
to
to
know.
follow.
The only object of my game at this point is to stop you from taking first place.
I understand.
Okay.
I did this so that I could have a turn unimpeded by you before you got a chance to do it.
I mean, if I get a biodome, I can convert all of my stuff to culture and just start.
You can, but you can't do it until after I have one more turn.
True.
I'm going to spend another rocket to go here.
Pretty sure I've got a follow.
Callahan, I'm paying you 1 energy to use your planet.
It is.
Convert any number of energy into culture.
And I'm already maxed out. Nice.
Yep. Good. We'll take you down to 6.
It's funny because I had the exact same movement. I'm going to pay Callahan an energy, and I'm going to go down to 1 energy and then pop up my culture.
I'll be at 5 culture, 1 energy. I will.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't.
Is that you launched the ship?
That was a launch.
I'm sorry, Callahan. I know this is being absurdly bitchy to you.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just seeing all the ways that I can destroy you.
Oh, there's so many of them kicking around.
Yeah.
I'm going
The
to.
world is your oyster at the moment for that.
And there's a lot of offense on the board.
That's why I am playing as aggressively as I am.
Sorry, this is my first time playing, and I'm trying to think.
Now you're good. Yep. I'm busy being an asshole to Callahan, so you have time to do that.
I'm sorry, what are we doing? Right now we're.
I'm being an asshole to Callahan while PJ thinks about what he's doing with his follow.
Oh, I got you.
By the way, that's you. Being an asshole to you.
I noticed.
I also love that Nathan had the exact same plan for how to be an asshole to you. So
I mean, it's forgivable for Nathan because
it's a first offense and it's minor.
it's different when you're just like, oh, you're maxed out and you can't have that. And instead of you're just like, I'm going to take all of the culture so you can't follow with the rocket to do anything.
I'm gonna follow.
You know.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's the problem. Is there's so much offense on the board.
I'm gonna
I need a turn where I can set up.
wait. This is yours?
That.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
wait,
his.
no. I'm good.
Not following me? Okay.
I only have 1 culture left.
I'm acquiring culture.
I get 1, which is nice.
I even get 1 except I'm maxed, so 8. I regret nothing about my greed.
Don't want to give you guys.
Callahan can't get it.
You can, but both of you can. And both of you can get a lot more than you need.
He isn't so big a number.
I'm gonna spend my last energy to reroll, see if I can get something better.
Or
Nope.
energy.
You could have an energy.
You can lock it in and be a nice guy.
Oh, he's just throwing it into the converter.
No, I'm just throwing it in the fucking trash.
Dark matter.
All right.
Use your last round wisely.
Oh, what's you worry.
Last round.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been such an asshole to him. He wants to burn me to the ground, and I don't. Because I have been a complete and utter dick to him.
Braden has in fact been
That
talking
worked
to
out
shit
pretty well.
Yeah, this is a strong.
I ain't in it.
I mean,
You see
I
that
get-
planet right there?
Yup.
I have been using it to take his follow actions, and now he has no culture.
Ah.
That's why he wants to burn.
Did you
me.
miss that?
I saw him steal one from you.
No, he did it on the last one so that he took my last one so I couldn't do anything on him
Oh,
for the
gotcha.
next 2 turns.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
I'm basically giving myself as much wiggle room as possible before I just get absolutely roasted. Because it's coming. Rightfully so, even. But it's coming.
You have been working to earn it.
Look, I like to think that I earned these. Alright. Now, I think the first thing I need to do, now that Callahan has his own engine for doing crap, is I need to make sure that he can't do unto me what I've been doing unto him. So, I'm going to lock him. Is anyone following?
I will.
I'll lock him up. Is anyone-
I will.
To lock a biodome.
I'm out of culture.
And we'll follow that.
Okay.
Did you move your...
I am going to use my planet ability to bump up +1 on economy.
That gives him another 2 points.
2 points, and it takes that away from Kevin.
Jax. A culture planet for economy. Acquire 1 culture.
I'm up to 12.
You're 12? Alright.
That's kind of an expensive biodome at this point.
Okay. Well,
What's he up to? 15?
I'm at 14.
14?
Alright. So, if I were a smart boy, I should probably be planning to try and take that second. Now Callahan is going to interfere every possible way he can.
Yes, I can.
But that's perfectly okay with me at this stage, because I have a full grip of culture already. If anything he does, I can use that. Yeah, major at best, so that's
I cannot follow. The only one that has any culture left is Nathan.
off. I load up on energies. Since I've got everything ready to go for my war with Callahan.
I am actually going to follow.
Where are you launching your ship to?
I don't like any of that. I'm gonna launch it over here and just get my culture back because I think it's funny.
You know, not saying
You also got it off of that planet.
I
yeah,
did.
that's not nothing.
It is.
Yes, it's a free rocket launch for you.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take 6 energy. So I need to be ready.
I will wind up getting... I'm maxed at 7 now.
What's up?
Splendid.
Take your dice back. Church.
Do you have all of yours?
Okay.
Funny thing is,
I think you accidentally snatched one of Callahan's.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's
not
see.
fear to him.
Give another.
That'll make it a lot harder to fuck with me. No, that's why I said it. It's funny. It's for me.
Nate's 50-50.
It's funny for me.
I'm sure it is.
Alright, let's start by locking the biodome to upgrade the campfire.
If you're following his biodome,
It gets me another 2 points.
I'm also you. So I go down to 6.
I'll ask you if I have the resources to follow that prediction.
Okay, should be 6.
And then I will go down to 0 energies and finish with there, and I'll gain another 3 points as well. Alright, Callahan. I'm at the front of the pack. I am.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't really have much to.
Actually, real quick, if I do follow this biodome, can I just use my planet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
Fuck it, that's what we're spending culture on.
Guess I'm gonna take my reroll. Armor's in another fucking biodome. That doesn't do a lot of good.
That sounds great. Both of those are great for me.
Yeah, I can't fuck with you at all with this.
I'm very aware. That's why I'm so weak. It's one of those rare times where you threaten to burn it to the ground, and I can sit here in my ivory tower
With a fire extinguisher.
with a fire extinguisher and go, "Come at me, bro. What do you got? What are you doing?" Nothing. You
And
got
it's
nothing.
literally an ivory
Yes, I
tower
do.
because he's sitting on culture.
I'll do an energy.
Cool, that nets me nothing.
So I get 4,
I'll take 2.
and then I'll lock a biodome.
Oh wait, I'll take 8.
And I'm gonna burn that to the ground. And level up, so I get another 3 points.
What's up the chat?
11.
I'm gonna follow and use that biodome.
And then I'm gonna lock more energy. It's gonna put me back to energy.
Go 4. Push up 5.
You're using a ship to mark your energy, man.
Right, I am. That's why I put it.
That would do it.
Look, these ships are critical for powering this galaxy. We don't go exploring planets, we do what I want. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I sure can. Yeah, I'm a jerk. I thought about this. This is weird. This is the most planned out game of the Tiny Epic I have ever played.
Yeah, these dice basically fucked me.
They really did.
Yeah.
Because in order to screw with me, you
I
need
guess I'll
rockets.
spend an energy on rerolling those. I got a rocket.
You did.
Hey,
Alright, rocket.
where does it go?
The safe play would be to address one of his enemy ships.
I like wasting your turns. Use this way.
Yeah, we'll just regress his ship by one.
Alright.
See. No, wait, I don't necessarily.
Where were you at on this one, sorry?
He was at the start.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just landed.
Regress one. What's that one?
If you were followed on this turn, acquire 1 culture per follow.
Support. Well, I think I'm probably going to follow your rocket.
You know what? I might have to leave you alone and not press you.
I think that's probably the only way we do anything useful.
I'm going to take you there. And I'm going to not fight for that planet. I am going to. I'm here. On that orbital track. Oh, sorry, I forgot to walk my road.
Yep, I am gonna follow. Not gonna spend the culture because I'm just taking that. Sure. Split my ships up a little.
And then I lock the biodome, and I will convert to energy.
We will follow the biodome. 4. And I will go from it's my number 2.
You just had to help him, didn't you?
I didn't get any
You didn't have a
action otherwise.
voice.
Like, I literally couldn't do anything there.
Yeah, no, that's not.
And I ended up in a subpar position.
Mm-hmm.
Use a lot of biodomes.
They don't do any good. Biodomes do you a lot, but you have a lot.
I'm aware. Biodomes bring me joy.
I'll launch a rocket. I'm going to pay you an energy to utilize your advanced 1 on an economy.
I am going to follow.
Oh wow, every planet is gold now. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, they're all culture now. I am going to put Callahan and energy.
I believe that one is mine. No, that's ship.
Oh shit!
You moved the yellow one. What are you doing?
I don't.
He was down.
I'm going to pay Callahan energy to use his planet to spend 4 energy to bring that all to culture.
I couldn't do anything to stop it.
No, I'm aware.
Gross.
Like, culture is basically how I'm going to win this game.
The culture pump is a solid strategy in every game I've ever played.
I'm going to lock in an economy.
Following. Give me up on planet, please. We should both be on 3 now.
No, he's on 4.
Oh right, he used my delay.
Yep.
Right.
What else you got? You got another rocket?
Rocket, energy, 2 biodomes, and diplomacy.
Well,
No, don't help me.
okay.
I'm thinking out loud. Energy. No. Pay an energy to reroll.
Huh?
Wait, no, I haven't even rerolled yet.
Yeah. I have not rerolled yet.
So I'm going to take my free reroll.
Go for it. Oh, I'm gonna keep that rocket.
We got one so.
Does not help me.
Yeah, the 2 rockets helps him much more.
No, I don't think it does.
Because he can move off of there and back on, and then utilize that to give you energy. And
Gonna pay an energy to reroll.
He's getting fucked up with dice.
Okay, it says he saw what I saw, and you haven't yet seen. The rockets don't help him as much as you think.
Fucking son of a bitch.
Like, I think if he uses a rocket, I could kill him.
Oh, because there's regress
Yeah.
ships. Yeah.
That's why I stacked my culture up. If he uses the planets, I will just yank him behind. He needs a means to get ahead of me and not have protection. Anything related to you, first.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, come on.
This is being fucking mean at this point. What
What the hell?
Well, I know who I'm giving my assist to at the end of the game, and it's the damn dice.
There's
Holy
one.
I'm going to lock in a commerce.
Okay, and
I'm gonna follow because I have to, I think. Let me see what we got here. You got a bunch of diplomacy.
does he have energy left? He does.
the these guys are
Um,
fucking mean.
Oh,
He's going first. He does have a concern.
Yeah, so
if you're
follow me
just
at the
tired
focus.
of burning,
Yeah, no, that's all I needed. I just needed to get one.
more.
One was all I needed.
So I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's commerce.
I locked in commerce. No longer is, no. Because since he started, this will put me over 21. So this is end of round.
Well, he started. I will get another.
he gets one more turn. Right.
Yeah.
I do.
You two get one more turn and then that's it.
So that's why I'm looking at the rockets. I gotta go somewhere. Because I'm obviously not gonna get that time.
I'm not launching anything.
Yeah, I see that. So I'm basically boned. Okay. Good
Right.
talk. Well done. Yeah, you saw exactly what I saw. So move on.
Converting the useless diplomacies to change this to a commerce.
And locking it in.
Locking that in.
Yep.
That sends him back home.
Yep.
That sends me back home.
Sure
Once
does.
you want.
I move this back. I'm going to launch my last rocket.
Before you
You
do
gotta
that,
wait.
we should see what the
Ah,
planet
Turn
is.
off the other planet.
Oh, right. Let's see here.
Get you to 20.
Spend 1 energy to acquire 2 culture.
So if that's a
Interesting.
7-pointer, I think that puts him at 22.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, it does. I'm going to spend my last rocket launch, and I'm going to send myself back home.
Ah, I understand.
Yep.
So you're at 20.
I wanted to keep the rocket launch, but the way it was launched, I'm like, I may as well just keep fucking rolling.
What's that
Yeah.
planet do?
Spend 1 energy to acquire 2 culture.
It's literally better than mine.
Absolutely useless.
Correct. That is the end of my turn, and this is last round for
The two of
Nathan and Braden.
Basically, I have to come up with 2 points.
Yep.
Yep. I think I can do it, but I got my work cut out.
Depends on if he feeds you any energy or not.
Even if
He doesn't have an option right now.
Even if he doesn't. Like, I still get a turn and I have all my points. So,
Yeah.
It was the only way I could end the game because you were too close, and the two of you fighting was boiling over into me, and I'm just like, fuck off, leave me alone, let me do my thing in peace.
I mean, in fairness, I was content to leave you alone until you pulled ahead of me for the planet, and I was like, oh, well, unfortunate.
The one thing that saved my ass there, you were looking at all those planets. Spend 2 culture to regress 1 enemy ship by -2.
3 total.
Yeah,
You
that-
could have literally knocked me back to the start, and I would have just.
I also
coast.
get 3 culture.
Well, that's why I knew you weren't taking rockets, because I had seen that too.
Braden gets 1. No, Braden doesn't. Yeah, Braden gets 1.
Yeah, you
got-
got
You
one
get
culture.
Well, no, I'm talking about when
No,
you
you're
were
not.
following.
You're at 6.
When you were following Nathan when he was launching his ships, and again Callahan when he was launching his.
Oh, yeah, I had other things to do.
Yeah, I sat through 3 rounds of just this nuke literally pointed at my head, and I'm just like, please don't pull the trigger.
What was that? Diplomacy?
He's locked in 3 culture.
I'll take a diplomacy
fucking
follow.
much.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You want to follow his diplomacy?
I don't have anything on diplomacy to take.
All right then.
Like, I'm pretty much on my own from here.
Ah, yeah.
Oh god, that's delightful.
I'm okay with. I'm perfectly cool with managing my own things. I still think I'm a very strong person.
Is there fucking anything that actually...
You lock them in those rockets, you'll get an energy. Because I'm gonna pay you.
Yeah, this game got spicy. No, PJ's not king making me.
No.
PJ has a genuine shot at taking this.
Yes, very much.
I have to actually see what I get for my dice on my turn to figure out what my best was.
You're bio.
I'm gonna spend... Okay, yeah, I'll just spend one of those.
Shit.
And 6 culture.
Oh.
To give me 3 more points.
Yep. 3 more points for Fuzzy.
And the other one to advance my ship.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that is the game.
But also, best move. There are 3 points there.
There was nothing else to fucking do.
What are your planet abilities? Both of you do I can see.
Advance the ship plus.
Regress an enemy ship -1. Move one of your ships to another colony track at an equal level.
I am following that. Didn't he launch a rocket?
He did not.
Nope.
He did
have-
not.
I used 2 bio.
Oh, you used to buy
Yeah, he used 2 biodomes.
No, you need rockets out there.
You need rockets out there for all yours.
Yeah.
It's not strictly true. In fact, I'll prove it. I'm going to take a culture out of Callahan's pocket.
Just got so.
So all you did is
around him.
you spent a culture to use your ability to take a culture from it.
That's exactly.
That is such a level of petty.
No,
in
that's
fairness-
exactly what that card is for.
I'm also going to do it to Nathan, so
Oh my god.
why wouldn't I?
He doesn't have any culture left to steal.
I do not.
Oh, do you have culture?
No.
Well, I'm fine. I can't culture Callahan more than once a turn, so there's no point.
It's your turn now.
It's
It
like,
is.
you can't do it to Nathan. He has no culture. Food. How much you have? I don't have any either.
So it's literally Callahan's the only one who can interfere.
I'm a bunch of un.
Not really. You get any rockets?
Oh,
you
boy.
didn't.
You did not. You got a bunch
That
of
is-
Would
diplomacy.
have been nice.
That
Could've
is
got
a
another
hot
planet.
pile
That
of
is-
trash.
What do you need? You need the 5-point planet to win. What are you at?
He's at 17. I'm at
17.
22.
So really, he's got to be eyeballing that 5-point planet.
Basically. Problem is, in order to get it, I need 5 diplomacy, rocket,
You got
So you
3
need-
diplomacy already locked.
You do.
3
And
diplomacy,
the
three
biodomes
of
can
those
let
to
you
go.
follow.
3 there.
Biodomes are good for a follow. You have no energy to reroll though.
He gets 1 free reroll.
I
That's
do
all
get
he's
a
got.
free reroll.
Right. Basically, he has to get a perfect.
Well, I also have an energy here that I can use to jump.
Yeah.
Because I have the ability to just get 3 energy right now. Which I might do.
I mean, at this point, just shooting the shot might be the thing to do.
I think that's probably the play. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock some
And me.
forever.
Whee! Energy, so very useful.
Good luck.
Alright, so I need
The biodome is still useful.
those 3. And then I can spend to use someone else's planet, and you have the advance +1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And nobody has anything that regresses in their stuff if I rock about. Except me.
He does.
Regress an enemy ship by 1.
You have no culture.
But he has no culture.
And
That was the caveat for
You
my
don't have
rerolling
anything
where my
that's
dice were
that's-
screwing me. Horribly.
Alright, so I need the biodomes so that I can pay to use PJ's thing. So basically, I need a
one more
rocket
diplomacy and a rocket.
and a diplomacy, or another rocket. Right. Either of those would do.
In order to secure the 5-pointer?
Because I can pay you energy to use your, or I can pay him energy to advance my ship. Another biodome. That's good.
Biodome.
So I need a rocket.
Yep. Why is this out here?
I had to lock energy at the start,
Oh, right.
so that I would have some for rerolls like I use probably going to be. Now here's the thing.
No, that gets you enough. Oh, you need the rocket.
I need the
you gotta
rocket.
get
I have no
You have to
rocket.
get there.
He needs a full fucking sweep of this.
Like, I think I almost want to reroll both of those because I have a better chance of getting the rocket if I roll 2 dice, and it's the harder one to get.
Oh, because there's
There's 2 of
technically a
them.
third of the dice will get you moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rock. I'm basically trying to build up my odds. I'm giving up the sure thing
You're playing
now
statistics.
to try and get something harder to get, make my life easier to get.
Oh, boom.
Energy and culture.
But he can't buy any more energy because he needs all his dice.
But I do still have 2.
Right.
So this is fine. Just try to get
There's a rocket.
Here's the rocket. Okay. So now I have a predicament.
Indeed.
So basically, if I spend that energy, I have to get the currency. Because I won't have any energy left. And there's no currency.
Well,
There's
diplomacy
no-
or bio.
No, I won't have any energy to use the biodome.
You have an advanced +1 biodome.
That's
Yeah,
advanced +1 on an economy.
Oh,
That doesn't work.
Isn't there a culture that does this?
There is. We don't.
Pay one
Mhm.
culture to a player to utilize one third.
Oh, that's true. I could do that. So yeah, a biodome would work at this point. Yeah, I got these. Change for it. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But this was the way to go to try and get the win.
Oh yeah.
Biodome.
Hey, that'll actually work. Perfect. All right. Well, I think
What?
the very first thing is rocket. So. Let's see.
I think.
Do you have any culture to even follow him with?
Yeah,
He does. He's got.
Jesus
He's the only one who has culture.
Our planet.
It was too bad that you weren't already on the track because I was gonna use that rocket to fuck your shit up.
I understand that. That's why I used the rocket first. Because now it doesn't matter what you do, I don't think.
It really doesn't.
Because you can't do anything with the biodomes or diplomacies.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. No, I can do diplomacy. I have one on the track already, but it's not gonna like steal the victory from me.
No. I'm
So
gonna
I'm not following that rocket.
I'm gonna lock the biodomes next.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 2 culture to use. Actually, wait, that would be. Okay, I should use those last because if I have to pay Nathan culture to use his advance, I should do that next. So I'm gonna lock the diplomacies next. So you can use them.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, go ahead and lock the diplomacies.
1, 2, 3. That does technically get another planet out there. I don't think that matters.
Probably it's fine.
Equalizer. Gain 3 victory points if you have an equal number of energy and
That
or
is-
sorry, economy.
Oh, that's a secret mission.
Why is that
It goes
on?
over here?
God damn it. Regress 1 enemy ship by 1 diplomacy.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm real glad that's out now. Now I'll lock it. And I'm paying you to culture.
Well, shit.
Oh. I don't have 2 culture left to use this ability. Damn.
I thought about that.
Just shy!
I know.
Oh, it's 1 culture shy of fucking your shit up.
I know.
That
So
would
that
have been fun
gives-
at the end too. Just
So he goes back
right in
home,
there.
you go back home,
Go planet.
and you get the 5-pointer.
And I get the 5 points.
I picked up my 3-pointer, so I ended up with a total of 14.
You go up to 14. I go up to 22. And now we find out who did their secret missions.
Not me, because of fucking Nathan.
Flip yours first.
Well, thanks to you, I did mine.
I did mine.
What'd you get?
Mine is gain 3 victory points if you have the most culture at the end of the game. Which I very much do.
I had the opposite. I had the charger. I gained 3 if I had the most energy.
He needed 8
No.
points to beat me, and he got it with that mission.
Yeah.
Gain 2 points if you have all of your ships in your galaxy map at the end of the game, which puts me at 24, and he beats me by 1.
I had the opposite one, which is why I knew yours was only worth 2 points.
I
I had the if none of your ships were in the galaxy, you got 2 points.
I had Hermit, gain 3 if you have the fewest planets. The other one I had to pick from was Noble, gain 3 if you have the most.
That's a hard one.
That
to
would have
get.
been a tough one to get.
I figured I probably
Then you're
should go
then
with
you
her.
just have to kind of pick off all the small
Did
ones.
you get your mission, Callahan, or no?
No, I didn't. Because of Fuzzy.
So I'm at 18.
You're at 18?
Literally, if you would have had one more culture, I could have knocked him back over.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
when
I
I, what? If I had one more culture, I would have just.
he wouldn't have gotten the 5. He would have only gotten the 3 from his mission, and that would have been it.
So if I would have followed his, it would have been technically possible. If I would have followed his rocket to get more
To
culture.
acquire 1 culture, because you weren't looking ahead.
No, it wasn't one of those things where I.
He didn't know what I had.
Right. It's one of those things.
My mission could have been his.
If I could have
Yeah.
fucked him up, I would have.
He launches, you launch, grab 1. That puts you at 2.
Well, you
You're
would have
sitting
lost
there.
5 for sure if I would have followed.
Yeah, I would have still had more culture than you at the end of the game, so I still would have had second.
Oh, I wasn't gonna win.
Yeah,
No.
you following him would have
No,
pinged me.
I was either getting first or second. That's how this was played.
Yeah, 'cause
But for a first,
he
playthrough,
decided to not launch
you
his
did
freaking rocket.
very well.
Yeah,
It's
no, that's
9.
fucking tough.
We could technically get another.
There is no chance we would get a second.
Not a chance in hell.
No.
No, no way.
Okay.
Zero chance. Not with the way we play this. I will point out, I was unusually
One fuck up
focused
from
on
him
this game.
cost me the win.
Yeah, that.
I didn't even know there were 3-pointers. I thought you handed me 2, and I'm like, okay, I guess the bonus missions are just 2 points each. Cool. He flips
I know,
his over,
more
acquire
secret
3, get 3 points, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I'm sitting there and I did the math, and it's just like, he would have to take 2 planets. It's like he would have to take 3 planets in 1 turn. He can't do it.
You missed Conqueror. That was also stuck in the deck. Gain 3 if you have the most planets, and then Industrialist, where if you complete your Empire.
In
check, you get
fairness,
2.
I grabbed all of them that were together in the deck.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I didn't.
no,
I was shocked.
he
I didn't
did-
check.
Compared to the first time that I played this game a couple of years ago, this was very tight. Like,
This is a vicious game.
Yeah.
And I love it.
like the last time I ran with you guys and Phil, I think, like
That was your bonus mission was literally the only reason you were
That was-
keeping your culture so high, wasn't it?
And no, having his culture
Him.
high let him do all sorts of fuckery.
Well, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the moment I
Consistently
saw that
maxing it
planet,
with
I was
his
sitting
colors.
there was like, I could just go for the easy points, or I could just grab a stranglehold on the game while culture is sparse, and just run the table.
And it became collectively there later, but it didn't matter.
Well, yeah, because I was already very firmly in charge of what was
There was
going
not
on.
that many rounds in this game.
There weren't. This game went very quickly.
Yeah.
I grabbed 2 7-pointers.
That's a good strategy.
I'm gonna say you took 2 planets, I took 5, and we ended the game at the same total before bonuses.
and outside of you two, I got 1 7-pointer and Callahan got 2 planets.
Yeah.
This was a tight fucking game. Usually there's a lot more faffing.
I will point out also that I specifically took advantage of the fact Callahan goes after me
Right.
and just put him in an iron vice because of
Yep.
it with the culture. Because
Which
I know
was the
he's
way
the
to
most
go.
experienced one with the game to take.
I do love this game.
Like it's what
So you're
people
saying
do to
that-
me at Lords of Water
So you're saying that the fact that I even beat him,
is very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that
You played well.
triggered the end of the game on your first game is commendable.
And
because it's very hard to do that.
And you saw the other angles that most first-time players would have missed.
Yeah. You
Like
were
what?
ignoring Callahan's
planet.
stupid advice at the end of the game.
And launching your
And
rockets.
doing things much more intelligently to keep me in check.
Right.
The moment you said turn order
Yeah,
matters,
once
I'm
you
like,
got a hold-
okay.
Once you got ahead of it, it was yours to lose. The planet.
Yeah, and the dice were being completely,
Oh.
complete fucking dicks.
Yeah, that did not do
Oh,
you
yeah.
any favors.
Re-rolling 5 dice 5 damn times
But you had the energy to do it.
to get one fucking
Look,
economy.
I thought I was about to have to, give assist credit to the dice for just clearly fucking me versus Callahan, the useful idiot, who I am actually going to have to give the assist for.
What the
not
hell is even
just
the odds of that
losing.
happening?
I
You know,
couldn't predict.
a one in-
what the-
Well, if
A
you-
1 in
if you
6
had
times
used the rocket
6.
and done
Oh
the
yes,
thing.
if I
So
had-
you're getting the
Because I knew
useful
5 times in
I
a
knew
row.
I wasn't getting chartered.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't getting my secret mission, so I should have just looked to pump it up for the plans of using that. But there's also a possibility that if I would have followed that rocket and did that, you would have smelled out the other thing
Yeah,
and just locked your shit.
that's also very possible.
Actually, you launched your rocket on the first round, so at that point I could have progressed to it at any point.
But I had rerolls at that point, so.
Right.
So I was basically picking up the rockets, and I had.
I was hoping that you would run out of energy and not get what you needed. The fact that you got the rocket on your last reroll really irritated
I
me.
got the rocket on the second last. I got the biodome on the last.
With that one, yeah.
Which I had one and I had thrown it back.
Statistically impossible, or statistically was not in your favor to get the biodome, and he rolls the
Well,
fucking clincher.
It
That was
wasn't, but
irritating.
also it didn't have to be a biodome. A diplomacy would have had the same result.
Yeah.
But
I had
statistically,
2 dice faces working for
yeah,
me.
you had a 1 in 3 chance. That's still a 33%
Yeah, but
chance
I also
odds.
knew that when I threw that first biodome back, I was rolling 2 dice up to 3 times, so I was playing with a much closer to successful chance of getting what I wanted, and it came out.
Yeah.
Like I was playing statistics, trying to get the harder to get die.
Well, and at that point, it was basically either get that or there's no shot at getting it.
Yeah. Because at that point, it doesn't matter if Callahan messes with me. I'm just going to take second and walk away.
Yeah.
Because
You-
Callahan can't stop me from taking second because I still have 7 culture at that point.
Yeah, you were not getting pushed back to my level. Not at all.
So either way, I was in a good position.
This one's used, but it's $14 for a tiny epic Galaxies playmat.
I would have to say, I don't know. I'd probably have to play this game again to see how I feel about it. The Tiny Epic Westerns, that was fun right off the bat.
I was going to say, I know you were very excited to get this to the table, which is why I made it a
Yeah.
priority. So I was curious as to how you thought this game went. Especially since it played a lot more smoothly than Tiny Epic Westerns did, because 3 of us have played this before.
Yeah.
And you cottoned on very quickly because you did your homework like a good way. And it paid off. You did.
Yeah.
My luck with dice is terrible, as
But it didn't matter.
Obvious.
You made your own luck
Your
by having
dice
a
were
good
shit, and you
strategy.
still got second, and a close second at that.
I was going to say, 24 is not a shameful second place.
I take it people usually fail their secret missions
It's
too.
very frequent people
Yeah.
fail those.
Yeah, they're hard to get. They're a nice pickup if you can get.
Like you'll note, if I had taken my other option, have no ships in your galaxy, your boy was gonna fail that so hard, it was ridiculous.
Oh,
I
so
spent
the
most of this
so the
game,
moment I used my last rocket to fly mine back home, you knew exactly
I knew
what mission
precisely which mission you had because I gave up its antithesis.
Oh,
at the
that would
start
have been a
of the
good
game.
one too. If your empire level is the lowest, upgrade your empire for 1 less treasure. That's splash.
Exercise. It's a chonkers roll. Lowest roll gets the exercise. Classic.
Uh-oh. I hope your dice luck is worn off.
It's-
We're gonna let you go last, just for context.
We're gonna get all our good luck on the die for that. Well, that's a 28.
Whoa.
Or sorry, is that a 28? That's a 26. My mistake.
Okay.
Sit down.
It's still low.
Your head's in the way of their camera.
You're a camera.
Have to beat it 26.
Natural 1.
To let that hope for that one in
That there is
that one of the two of you.
1 in 100.
No, it's 1 in 10,000 because it's 1 in 100 twice.
Yeah.
1 in 1,000.
No, it multiplies.
Yeah. 100 times
Actually,
100
your
is 1,000.
statistics are better because you have 2 chances at it.
100 times 100 is
Oh,
10,000.
yeah, never mind.
So
You only
I'm gonna
need
hope 1 in 5,000 chances someone's gonna save me.
No.
No.
Fuck you.
Nice.
PJ will save me.
No.
He might.
PJ will save me.
No, I won't.
He was close. But he did not.
Yeah.
He got a 6.
Well, thank you for putting in the effort to try.
My 26 was the second highest.
We dying salute you. Alright.
Yeah, get those exercises in there. I
Wow.
want burpees. Burpees, Braden.
I feel slightly better now that I didn't wind up eating that.
Yeah.
In fairness, with how rude I was to Callahan. Because that game is the meanest I've been to a specific player in a board game in long.
Either you or Callahan eating that would have been ideal, because Callahan not following your rocket to get the one extra culture to try to hold
If-
that back.
If I would have followed the rocket, he could not have gotten that successfully.
Yeah,
Yes,
he would.
Triples, you should flip that.
He would have missed on the 5 if everything else would have been the same. Because you'd have been like, nope.
He'd have been, he'd have been
Well,
5
come
points plus.
Yeah.
Alright.
What the hell was your secret mission?
Mine
Yeah.
have the most culture at the end of the game.
Wow.
If I was tied, I'd only get 2.
Gotcha.
But since I wasn't, I got 3. Which was the other reason I was keeping my culture high all. Because
I figure you're just doing that as a general strategy.
oh no,
of like,
I was.
You got to flip things around a lot.
Yeah, the flip thing when I went. This was an ideal game to go last, which is rare in this game because everybody loaded me up with energy, so
then
I
you got
could
to
just I could upgrade my empire and then immediately go to 7 culture and just go. All right,
Follow everything.
I'm following everyone. What are you gonna do about it?
It's funny because I had actually thought about dropping a ship on this when the turn came up. If you were followed on this turn, acquire 1 culture per follow.
I mean, you
Can
would've-
be useful. It's one of my least favorite planets.
Yeah,
It's
but
good for a
it's
one-shot use
perfect
right at the start.
counter to someone like me, if you know I'm looking at the same dice you've got,
Yeah.
Right.
because you'll get a lot of culture back for nothing.
It's true. Well, for locking a ship on a planet.
Yeah, that's basically nothing.
What the hell was the next planet that was coming up? Your empire is the lowest. Upgrade your empire for 1 energy less.
Empire Racer.
Which would have been very good earlier in the game.
End game, not so much.
End game, when everybody's already topped out.
Honestly, I was just kind of like,
Reroll any number of your inactive dice.
Ooh,
Also-
that would have been so good.
I was just kind of sitting here looking at Gort when I was landed on it. And I'm like, literally everybody else is fighting over diplomacy. I don't want anything to do with that. Just fuck off and leave me
I
alone.
wasn't even planning to fight for diplomacy. I was clearly set up to run commerce.
My empire maxed out, and I was like 8 and 7 is 15. I only need another 7 points to trigger the end of round.
Yeah, I mean, the culture let me basically catch up to where you were at without having to do it, which was nice.
Yeah, I
And
don't-
then just bullying Callahan so I could have an uninterrupted setup turn, so that if he didn't get a rocket, I could just torpedo him.
And I didn't get a
And
rocket.
he didn't get a rocket, so I was like, everything's coming up middle.
It was unfortunate.
I don't know
It
how I
was. Like,
feel about this.
This game's great.
I like this game. I maintain I
Very well put
enjoyed
together.
Tiny Epic Westerns.
I will easily say I far and abound enjoyed Tiny Epic Westerns more.
I don't know. I like this game a lot.
I was gonna say, I don't hate this game by any stretch. This is a fun game.
I like
I
both
don't-
of the games. I feel like they are very different.
They're horrendously different vibes.
near incomparable.
And in Tiny Epic Westerns, there's no dice rolling in that, is there?
No, but there is the same type of resource management in the 3 resource lines. So that's the main inspiration I saw shared for this.
So what I would...
resource management.
Well, there's only 2 resources in this. There's culture and energy. That's it.
Right, but the 3 they've got work basically the same.
Yeah. I would say... I guess... I don't know. I think the hype of this, watching you guys play it before, and then hear you guys talk about it, especially Callahan talk about it, I think it had me... I think I had high expectations going into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to say it was kind of a letdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Unfairness, if you liked the Tiny Epic Westerns experience more, and you came into this after that,
Yeah.
I could see that. Bear in mind, this is a first playthrough on both games for him, but he played them in the opposite order as the other 3 of us.
Yes.
Well, and this game pretty regularly gets extremely hyped, so...
It
It gets extremely hyped, and my luck with dice is it's not chain levels. It's certainly not Will Wheaton levels. But it's bad enough that we have what happened earlier happen on a regular basis for me in any game that requires rolls of the dice to actually be competitive. And given my luck with dice, I would have to say that's probably what's leading to my being kind of let down about how this
That's kind of why I like
rolled, for lack of a
Westerns
pen.
more, because
Tiny Epic, yeah.
Westerns is a lot less luck reliant in that sense.
Exactly. Tiny
Your
Epic
luck
Westerns,
is largely dependent on the cards that come up
yeah. And
versus dice rolls.
cards are pretty much a 50-50. So,
I like
and
the
usually
replay-
cards that kind of lean towards,
I like the replayability of this.
I think both have replayability, but yeah,
I would say both of them have
I think
replayability.
if you
This
got
one
another
does.
game or two in,
This one has more replayability simply because you could literally go. You could probably take out all of these planets, set them aside, all the ones that would burn through, and just run with this, and you still wouldn't run the deck out.
bear in mind, the expansion of this also adds some extra ways to score
Nuances.
points
Yeah.
via the
And
advanced
abilities.
ships and pilots.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know that I would.
But I
That-
don't know that that's something that we would enjoy.
That's
Largely
gonna add
because it
another-
adds a lot of ones that don't.
And it
It's
just.
more to keep track of in an already very busy game.
Yeah, and it's just going to. It adds yet another layer of pressure on top of still your only way to generate stuff, which is random.
Yeah, I mean, the cards are basically the main randomized element in Tiny Epic Westerns, but beyond that, everything in Westerns is you make or break your own luck in that game, basically. Whereas in this one, there is a lot of strategic depth, but if the dice want to bone you, the dice are going to bone you. Planets want to bone you, the planets are going to bone you.
And see, the dumb thing is, this when I was looking at the planets, I wasn't even really. I was looking at their abilities, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to colonize these things, but it's hardly ever going to happen that I'm going to be able to use my own. So, I guess I'm just going for points.
Remember one of the games that we played, there was no culture generation.
Oh god.
Out.
There wasn't. It was all.
And we went through and everybody, it was like, we were like 6 turns in and everybody's just like, I'm an Empire 3! You know?
Yeah, like that game was terrible, and that's one of the other reasons I like Tiny Epic Westerns more, is you will not have a game that does that to you in Westerns from what I've seen.
Just not.
Don't get me wrong. I like
The cards
this
can
game.
still
I've
screw you
actually
over,
come around
but it won't
from,
screw
I
you
kind
over
of
as bad as what this
game
can.
to no, I like this game.
I didn't know you dreaded this game.
For quite a while, because every time we brought it out, I'd have to relearn it.
Oh.
It was only until last year when I sat down and went, okay, I'm gonna build the ultimate guide so that when I need to know how to play this game, I can look at it and be back up to speed in 5 minutes. And it worked.
Yeah.
It made me very happy. Please go read the article if you haven't read the article.
It is
I
good art.
skimmed over the article and hit the main points and tried to ignore anything that was dealing with expansion packs because I'm like, I don't want to know what's going on with those because we're going
That's
to
why I
hopefully
put
be
them in their
playing the
own
base game.
sections so you could just fuck off.
Yeah,
But-
and the one thing that I think helped me out was just like I read his article. I'm like, oh, I can surge to get an extra ship and an extra die. Cool, gonna need it because my dice luck ain't that great. Which is probably why the first and only time I ever went gambling in a casino, guess what game I played? Fucking blackjack with cards. I did not go to the goddamn roulette table, and I did not go to the fucking craps table.
Oh, I went to slots.
That's unfortunate. You should have lost.
Well, I guess roulette doesn't.
Yeah.
I guess roulette doesn't use dice, but craps. I did not do the craps table.
Won a bunch of money and then pissed it.
That is how you do.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, Vegas, baby.
It's what you're there for.
It just.
And they
Yeah, I
appreciate
don't know.
customers like you.
I mean, if you
I
if
did
you're
that
not a fan
somewhat
of
on purpose. I
dice
have gotten
random
periodic
in
offers
particular,
for cheap 3-day
there's
weekends in
not much to
Vegas.
be got about
Probably because of that, because I know that's a thing they do.
It is.
If the game wasn't as reliant on the dice
That's why I did it. It was an investment.
to generate resources, I probably would have liked this a little better.
I think
The issue is
The-
it's
part
basi-
no, the one good thing that Beyond the Black does, the unknown galaxy does let you generate culture. So if you go out exploring the unknown, it's a culture location.
I read through the small paragraph on that, and I'm like, cool. Don't want to deal with hazards because that sounds like a bad
Oh yeah,
time for.
hazards suck.
That's a fucking bad news bears for me. Awesome. I'm gonna stay away from that.
I also think the fact that we had basically nothing but energy planets and then basically nothing but culture planets with very little in between kind of fucked with that. Because
It shifted a little.
yeah, well, because like if there's enough of each type that you've got your ships spread around to do stuff, that becomes a little bit less dependent on the dice because everybody else is going to be getting it from that.
Yeah.
But between that and the convert all of your fucking all of your energy directly into culture button, it just wasn't a thing.
That was
The one thing-
that was a horrible card to come up when he had that secret weapon. When he had that secret thing, and I'm like,
Well,
I put that two and
if
two. We
this game
spread
had
that
been
much.
replayed and everybody took the same strategy I did, this game gets infinitely more money.
Oh,
This specific game. Because we go from, oh, we're going to do our own thing to, oh god, all the knives are out. And, oh, I'm going to go here. Well, I'm going to spend the culture to follow this rocket, and I'm going to pull your ship back to, and this is just going to be how we're going to do the game for a while.
Y'all,
Like, this game had the potential with the cards that were out to be so much more nice.
It was knifey enough.
I feel like you got the perfect storm of the cards rolling up with the secret mission and that one planet that converts energy to
That
the culture.
helped.
It did hurt.
But anybody could have done what I did. It might not have been quite as efficient, but anybody could have done the energy. There was so much energy getting thrown around in the first couple turns.
well, it's totally viable, and I think all of us use that at least.
I knew I wanted to use it at least once before it went away, which is why I was when it came up and it went around the board with these guys. I'm like,
Well, I knew I
Fuck,
was going
please
to beat
don't take it.
Callahan to it, so I went for the one that would let me use it when he took it.
Right.
Because it
Which
couldn't
is
be in both places.
right. I should have gone for that other one. The one that you did, and just let you have that one.
It did let me threaten to be an asshole a lot more effective.
It did. Yeah. In hindsight, it would have been the better play.
Now, don't get me wrong, with the slew of planets I already had, I was already very well poised to be honest.
There were already a bunch of
But
them.
those came later.
They did, but
not to mention if we would have tied at 24 each or 25 each, he would have won by default because he had more planets.
accurate. And that wasn't my intention. It was more, I have a run of commerce. Excuse me. So, because I was planning on just running the commerce end and leaving diplomacy out of it entirely. And then the only 5-pointer that was left when PJ decided the game was over was diplomacy. And I was like, well, I guess we're doing this live.
And we were.
But yeah, overall, I think it was a solid game. For a first playthrough, you did very, very well.
Oh, yeah. Did a hell of a lot better than I did my first time.
I was gonna say, the spread is 25, 24, and the others.
And dead.
So they didn't even break 20.
No.
So, good show for your first game. I had to catch Runner to get ya. And I had to have a useful idiot who didn't capitalize on a late game opportunity. Which worked out for me, but nobody knew what I had. So
That wouldn't have mattered. If I would have pumped my culture, I could have stopped taking that planet no matter what order you locked your
oh, I'm aware.
Then you
but
would have been.
I still would have had second, and I would have been. Fine
Oh,
with that.
yeah.
But if you had also used that rocket, I would have rerolled all my dice and gone for something else. I wouldn't have gotten first by any stretch, but I might have still been able to get within 2 points.
Yeah, I think you guys have, especially Phil and Callahan, I think they kind of overhyped this game, so my expectations going in were very high.
I love this game.
And coming off of Tiny Epic Westerns, likely didn't help.
In fairness, Callahan does genuinely enjoy this game. I knew it would not be a hard sell to get him on board once I finally got him to read Discord.
So I can see where the fun with
and
this would be at.
Still doesn't work on my pocket phone.
Fucking goddamn it. Have you...
I'll keep working on that now.
We'll discuss.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, I could see where the fun would be at in this.
Hmm.
It's just
And I mean,
when you
for-
have semi-poor dice luck, it sucks.
I mean, again, you got what you wanted out of it.
I can safely say I used all the mechanics.
You did?
I read that part where it's like, wait, you can spend 2 dice to get 1 back, and then he clarified it's like, oh, you have to have a minimum of 3 in order to get what you
The
want.
converter is expensive.
Ouch.
If you're using it more than once in a game, you're probably close.
Yep.
And even that once, you're rolling some dice. 'Cause-
At least when I was forced to use it, I was already at max dice.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
no,
at that point,
worked
you have
out.
enough extras. You were probably fine to use it for once.
Okay, I think I found it.
So, yeah. Overall, I very much enjoy this game.
I would probably play this with the satellites and super weapons, but I don't know that I would do it with the
That's
Beyond
the
the
one
Black.
thing Callahan doesn't have is the satellites and super weapons. He has
Hmm.
everything else.
I'm not even aware of that.
It was what was with the very original
Oh.
Tiny Epic Kickstarter.
Right. I saw that at one point. It's like $60 on eBay. I'm like,
Yeah,
meh.
because they have not reprinted it.
Right.
Wow.
So
And
Planet Nibiru. Enemies must pay 2 culture per follow this turn.
gross.
that would have put a little.
That would have
put a
fucking
damper on
torpedoed
my
him.
shenanigans.
That is a fuck you for damn sure.
Damn. I feel called out.
Petey's, repeat the action on any already activated die.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's spicy.
That would have been so good.
Yeah. Overall, I'm glad that Callahan owns this game and I own it. I think that is where they should be.
Planet
Indeed.
Nagato, or Nagato, depending on how you pronounce it. Spend 1 culture to move 2 of your ships only once per turn.
Pretty good. There were some very nice ones.
Oh, shoot. Thank you, Trips, for banning bots.
Thank you.
There's the
Well done.
energy. There's the energy. Vampire steal 1 energy from another player only once per turn.
Just making sure I didn't miss anybody in chat.
Other players advance the ship +1, then you advance the ship +2. That's interesting. Set 1 inactive die to a face of your choice.
That's also.
That's a free
That
converter.
is a very good.
Yeah.
It's basically spend. It's a converter. You need a rocket.
Discard 2 inactive die to acquire 2
Okay.
2 energy and 2 culture. That's a 5-pointer.
Honestly, not bad.
Immediately upgrade your empire. You may spend energy and or culture. Convert any number of culture into energy, which was the opposite of that. Regress
Real fun to have both.
regress 1 of your ships -1, then advance another 1 of your ships +1. Perform any 1 action. All other players may follow that action for free, only once per turn. Acquire culture for every ship landed in your galaxy. Damn it. Zalax, reroll any number of your inactive die. That was the next one I was going.
I will just have to wait for Braden to get the fuck back. Because, things are just about done. Not the right bag. Right up
Yeah, it is.
here. Really?
The small bags.
It is bigger than all the.
I don't think it changed that. So
Yeah.
I think I just threw one.
Alright. Well, yeah. He's a good guy.
He's cool things.
I like this game. I'd like to play more of it.
Right?
I feel like it's one where once you kind of learn what the
This one never gets
secret stuff are.
This one kind of, it's like it makes it too complicated.
Yeah, like I took the time to outline how that game works and learn how it works, and I was like, I think we would enjoy the game.
Well, we do. It's just that the primary game is. It was kind of like when I went to play. I had originally scheduled because I wanted to play Lizard Wizard.
Hmm.
When I got there, we played Raccoon Tycoon because Lizard Wizard was all full, and then I realized that Lizard Wizard was just a more complicated version of Raccoon Tycoon, and that was plenty complicated enough.
I was gonna say, Raccoon Tycoon is exactly the level of complexity.
Right. And then there was just all this other shit, and I was just like, you know what? I don't want Lizard Wizard. I don't think I know I can't play with my kids. I don't think it would see a lot of play here because it's overly complicated. But Tycoon.
That's sort of the pit that I fell in with Zolkin the Mayan Calendar. Really fun game to play and to watch because you have like moving gears that actually rotate your
Yeah.
your
Like I
fingers.
like.
Yeah, but it's
It's a lot.
a lot.
Like it's one of those.
Like we would have to play it on a weekend if we wanted to be if you even wanted to attempt to play it on stream.
Yeah.
It's one of those we would be better served doing a couple games for like a longer game together. I'd like to get to the point where we can do this again. It's just schedules have been crap, and I have been playing admin catch up literally all year so far.
Yeah.
But now that I'm done with that, and then immediately after I got done with that, I lost my first free weekend to this fucking head cold.
Yeah.
Death.
Good job. We're all prepped.
So
Did not die.
It's funny because I think Zolkin would probably actually stream pretty good with the setup, and it'd be interesting because you turn the center gear, and the 4 gears that are around it just kind of turn with it.
yeah, like it would be very film friendly.
As long as he doesn't get that fucking god hand that he got dealt when we first fucking played it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, this is great. And then I finally realized what he's doing. I'm like,
Shane saw it immediately and was like,
well,
we should just do a new game. And
That's-
I get you, because I see how busted this is.
yep.
Oh, joy.
He got like the god hand that allowed him to just fucking surge the tech,
Yeah.
and then basically got a bunch of shit for free because he had high tech.
Yeah, basically I had high tech, so it's like, well, I get this for free, and this for free. I get this discount down to 1, and then I get this for free. Okay, go. And then everyone else's turns are, I go get these resources,
Yeah.
I go here, and
I
I
don't-
spend this to do one thing.
Yeah. And I don't think it was actually meant to play like that.
Well, in fairness, we were playing the gear only moves one at a time.
Yeah,
So there was no way to
So that at maximum Zolkin has 25 turns.
but it is possible to
Or, no,
accelerate
sorry,
the
30.
gear 2 spaces instead of 1 if you're playing with the not beginner,
Yeah.
which
Because you
can disrupt
flip over your card
what you're going to be
to
able to
turn
do
the
on
gear
it.
twice, so you basically cause 2 days to pass
Yeah.
instead of 1.
I was
which
using
can-
the beginner rule.
Really screw people over when if you turn it when it's like almost the end. It's like, nope, your piece is going off. Fuck you. You lost all those turns waiting on going around the gear.
Because you basically go on the gear and then you have to wait X amount of time to go get what you're gonna go get, but with the ability to just skip a day, it's a lot less predictable.
Yeah.
Because you got in a whole turn cycle, you can move anywhere from 4 to 8 spaces.
And that game kind of rewards you starting off, rewards you for being middle of the pack or last, sort of.
I didn't get that impression. I felt very rewarded from turn 1.
That's because you got like the most
I know.
busted fucking starting hand there was.
Your reward was unrelated to the turn.
Which I'm betting is kind of rare that happens, but yeah, if we would have been playing with that,
yeah,
if we had been playing with that advance where you flip it over and then the only way you get that back is if you get up to the top of one of the 3 temples, then you can flip your card back over and you have that ability to turn the gear twice again.
Yeah.
But with everything being predictable, it was planned perfectly. There is disruption, but I'm basically impervious, and I get everything for free.
Yeah, kind of an issue when it starts turn.
Yeah.
Kind of an issue when it starts even mid-game.
I am at the top of the pyramid. I get to be the one pushing people down the stairs.
Very unfortunate for everyone else.
I very much was. It's been a moment since I've seen Shane that salty at a board game. Like, I've seen him salty.
He had every right to
Lords
be
of
at that because
Waterdeep,
when we
but,
finally figured out, when I finally figured out, I'm like, oh, that's why
Yeah.
he's ticked.
Shane
Fuck.
saw it on turn 1 with me,
Oh god.
and PJ didn't see it until we were about halfway through,
Mm.
and then realized what I had been doing the entire game, and realized Shane was right.
Yeah.
But we were halfway in at that point, so we were already pretty committed.
At that point, might as well just burn it to the end.
Well, at that point, we could have just called it there, reset, and restarted, and tried a different one.
We
Yeah.
could.
We could have, yeah, but
We probably should.
We probably
But we
should.
were all kind of committed at that point, and
To at least see how it would play out, so we had that under our belts at least.
Yeah.
but now I'm retired champion at Zoltan the Mayan Callan.
Bullshit, asshole! You're gonna play that again? We're gonna beat your fucking pants off.
Gamelyn Games actually has the mats in stock
Oh, that's great.
for $25. There's other used ones out there that you can get.
Bear in mind, I am going to both Origins and Gen Con this year, so
The boots might be available.
probably be at both.
That's what I'm saying.
It's Origins 50th anniversary this year, so it's like, well, I'm going to that instead of Magic Con Vegas.
Well, I can't afford that. I
Origins
can't
is way
afford-
cheaper than Gen Con.
I know,
Like, way cheaper.
but I can't afford it. Like, I can't afford a second trip. And I don't think I have the extra time off anyway.
That's fair. I'm also taking an extra couple days to go see family that lives out there, so
Oh, that's always nice.
it's convenient. And a good thing to do because I haven't been out there in a minute.
Yeah. You're a bad son.
What?
You're a bad son.
I absolutely am not.
Probably right. I'm horrible judge of character.
I'm aware.
Being a monster will do.
I think our viewers are aware of that.
So, if there's board game things that you want me to keep an eye out for, let me know when I can, because I'm going to be at 2 different conventions. And Origins
What
is
is Origins? Origins and okay.
Origins is much more board game focused because it's put on by Gamma. So they're going to be very much more board game oriented versus Gen Con, which is kind of empty.
I have limited storage space in my closet.
Have you considered getting a bigger closet?
Or renting
that
a storage shed.
That would require extra money that I can't afford right now, and that would require remodeling, which he can't.
You can
afford
sell
right
your
now.
truck.
I was going to say, I have
I will send. You
I have
to
already done enough for this house this year, courtesy of the new washer and dryer. I'm not remodeling shit.
I don't know, Vijay. I think the solution to all of your problems here is pickaxe.
Fuck you. No, it's not. That wall
Mine
is
into the
my
earth
closet,
and make it.
and I will be very upset.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging
I
a
mean, the
hole.
solution to this remains
Diggy, diggy.
pickaxe.
Diggy hole.
I'm hearing murder.
What if we expand your basement, but expand it downward?
Yes, dig the mine.
I
Release the
believe
battle
that
log.
if we did that,
The radon and the
Callahan
water.
and Evan would both kill me.
Oh no, I've been paid.
He's been paid. He didn't give a shit.
You can do whatever you want in that basement.
Evan would kill me.
Evan was good. He did work hard.
He did.
That does make sense.
He
Probably
doesn't
shouldn't.
need to know.
He would feel it.
You do realize I am friends with a bunch of assholes. Someone would tell him.
You fucking would.
I think it'd be a race between you and Shane to see who got there first.
We might share in it.
I
Like one person sit over there and just go, "Hey, I'm here with blank, and we wanted to let you know they're digging in the basement, digging for gold." I did have to.
It's only radon. It'll be fine.
So for Origins, I am flying because I'm the only one going. So driving's not a choice. But
And this year at Gen Con, I'm going again.
Hire a limo.
So it'll be my second
but
time out there.
because I
and I'm dragging two
bundled
friends along who've
flight
never been
and
there.
Hotel, it's actually pretty cheap for me to do that. So I think my travel expenses total round trip are like $800, and that's including a week of hotel.
That ain't bad.
So not a.
And it's in the armpit of Ohio.
Well, this isn't the armpit of Ohio.
Cincinnati? No, wait.
That's Cincinnati. You're thinking of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Armpit.
I mean, honestly, Ohio is kind of the armpit of Ohio, but
Columbus is very nice.
and there are parts that
You know,
There's parts of every city that are...
Wasn't Gen Con originally in... Wasn't it originally...
Green Bay.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Wasn't it in Cleveland at one point?
I do believe it
Columbus.
was in Ohio at some point.
And that was before they decided to split the difference and slap it into Cincinnati. Or into Indianapolis.
In fairness, Indianapolis is one of the better
I
convention-oriented
like
cities.
The Indianapolis convention setup.
I do.
This fucking schmuck is just like, oh, I got in at 12:14. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
not by enough.
what's that's not that great. I'm like, Braden and I are both like,
You
dude,
realize it's an Eastern time,
Right.
right?
it's Eastern time, you schmuck.
It's first pick.
You're literally the
Oh.
first 15 groups.
My book is terrible.
Ugh.
You're
I
like
didn't say
12,
it was terrible. I said it was an hour in.
and we all looked at you and went,
You're
"No, it
morons."
isn't. You don't."
it was
did
hours
that.
before the rest of us.
God, our picks were ass compared to
Who is
you.
it? I can't see the color of that.
Oh, hey,
Greetings all.
Scarlet's and Cobalt Cultist.
Oh, hello, greetings.
My bad.
Milwaukee. Yeah.
Also, welcome into both of you. Hello. How y'all doing?
Mine's not great either. I got 12:14. Dude,
It's 12-12.
what? That makes it worse.
Yeah, the fact that you were
Oh,
whining about a
12.
pick that was 12 minutes in, and we're all sitting here going, well, we got 4.
Yeah.
I think I was
You-
the best behind him at like 257 or something.
Yeah, that was better
Yeah,
because
we had
I
him, we had a 130, and then we had 257.
I had
Because 130 was the coin toss, you get something.
I think I had 3 o'clock or close to it.
I had 4. I had
I
the
kind of
trap.
I kind of want to look into like somebody getting the VIP pass, because then they get to you pay a little bit more, but you get to pick your fucking.
A little bit more?
You pick a lot of it.
You pay a lot a bit more.
It's
you-
700.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the VIP
That's
pass. That's 700.
You want to
bucks.
know what a VIP pass for Origins is, Callahan?
$100.
$200.
Jesus.
Regular
Christ.
pass is 100.
What's the VIP pass at Origins get you?
Wednesday access and a bunch of swag. Like, you basically get stuff.
Free.
And you get an entry to the hall, I think, an hour earlier.
Whereas
But
VIP access at
reason-
VIP access at Gen Con gets you what? Guaranteed first
Guaranteed
pick at the
first pick at
suites.
hotels, and
That's better.
there's some other perks too, but not enough to justify
There's
a
like a
$700
banquet that you get. It's a free dinner.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, you.
Is it like a ritzy rich dinner, like what we're going to be going to? Because we've decided we're doing St.
mean,
Elmo Steakhouse this
It's
year.
something.
I think so.
I've never been, so I don't know how fancy it gets, but it's probably not worth $600.
Bitch.
the dinner that they throw in with VIP.
Oh
access.
yeah, absolutely.
I have bought VIP tickets to a few concerts now.
Let me put it this
Even I would be hard pressed to spend $700 on VIP tickets on a VIP ticket to go see a band. Like it would
And
have
not that I'm wishing any.
it would have to be Godsmack in order for me to do that.
I'm not wishing any harm on any of you, and it's more likely to happen to me because I'm old. But if one of us hurts our leg right beforehand and gets put in a wheelchair, that person and whoever's wheeling him gets to go into the hall early. They put you first in line, and then they open the doors like 15 minutes early, so you can sit there and wheel into
Hey Callahan,
whatever booth you need.
stand up.
No, the ankle's already bad enough.
well, you're already halfway there.
It might just happen naturally. I'll take the free couple of months.
How? It's like that song.
A volunteer.
Yeah, it's like that song from it was Audio Slave or Soundgarden. Halfway there. How far is halfway there? Well, apparently for him, it's already a bum ankle.
So we already have a hookup.
Yeah.
What?
That's all right.
As what?
But if we got four of us,
You
to go
could
in the
hypothetically
hall.
get a handicap access for us.
I could probably pass Tyler off as handicap.
You could make him handicap.
He might kill him.
Yeah, no, he knows exactly where I was going with that.
Mhm.
It's kind of like one of my favorite lines in I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, where Gabiru's fighting the Orc Lord, and
Isn't that where we're going there?
Gabiru's fighting the Orc Lord, and then all of a sudden Gobta, one of the schmuckiest looking goblin, shows up.
And one of these years,
He got a
you
name,
go up to
he
Jack
evolved,
Rams.
and he literally didn't change whatsoever. He pops
I've
in,
already done it.
and Gabiru's like, "Wait, you're the leader of that goblin village," and Gob's is like, "Huh?" And he kind of looks over his shoulder, and his mentally says, "Did he take too many whacks to the head?" Just the way he delivers that, just hilarious. And it's just like, no, Gabiru's always been that stupid. Yeah, we could get him in a wheelchair. Out clock Tyler over the head. We just need one more.
I mean, I got like 6 flights of stairs to get up to my apartment. I'll let you know if I take a
Number 3. Perfect.
I mean,
This works.
Yeah.
Of course.
Math.
Now that whole word premeditated gets
Yeah,
thrown around the courtroom since it's on video.
There's a reason I stopped elaborating plans, and you just kept going, and I'm just like, well,
Technically, you don't have to actually get hurt. You could just have somebody occupy your leg and plaster and get an old wheelchair. Nobody's gonna.
that feels a little.
That's a little,
There has to
I
be an
have-
actual injury. That's
I
the
have a
problem.
line.
that feels like that that feels like that Johnny Knoxville video where he plays Jeffrey Dahmer with an A,
I can
or
fully
Jeffrey
accept,
Dahmer with an O.
I can fully accept just obliterating somebody's knee to get slightly into the con slightly earlier. Faking it, no. At that point, you're an ass.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're taking it away from people who actually need it.
Yeah. Either make somebody need it or just go with
Yeah.
everybody else.
Commit to your bit. Is
You'll
what I'm
be
saying.
fun, dude. We're 3 blocks away from the convention center. It's not that far, and it's literally a straight shot.
Look, I'm delighted that we got downtown hotels because it means that I can indulge in the beloved nap 2:00 nap.
That is good.
And it also means we don't have to, kind of rush to get across town either after the submit wish list for processing.
Oh my god.
If there's one thing about con that I'm not looking forward to, it's that.
You know what? This last year they haven't had this. The green scooters, I think, ran them out of town. The electric scooters, rickshaws. I missed the rickshaws.
I didn't even notice it. Wait, no.
We saw one.
Oh, okay. I
We
didn't
saw
see it.
one.
I'll tell you where I did see a lot of rickshaws. 2 weeks later, when I went to Minneapolis for my Metallica concert, there were so many rickshaws up there. So many of
Yeah,
them.
but otherwise, yeah, the
Minneapolis
green
does not
scooters
seem
did
like
kind
a
of
rickshaw.
which is a shame. I like the rickshaw.
I liked the rickshaws.
It was in the summer, and the concert was getting kind of closer towards the evening. So by the time we managed to make it like to the U.S. Bank Stadium, the sun was already kind of starting to hang low in the sky.
I mean, that just makes me wonder if they're just traveling rickshaw groups who follow around things like that.
I don't know.
I
It's
genuinely
the
wouldn't.
conventions.
There
I
were several
wouldn't be surprised
rickshaws.
if there are. It seems like a great way to move people around short distances.
I don't know if it is though, because every rickshaw that I've gotten into, like when you tell them where you're going, they just go. They're not GPS in anything. They just know.
They're just the people
everything
who
is.
know everything.
Right. So that probably makes them look.
Plus, these were like bicycle.
Or it could just be that
These
they've
were like
done that route 20 times that day.
I can see it.
these were like bicycle-driven
Also-
rickshaws.
Can I say that how happy I am? I didn't have to pretend to deal with gate tab this year.
Fuck that goddamn company.
I mean,
Oh my god.
the parking that comes at the hotel is gonna be more.
Yeah, but you know what it'll be?
There.
Reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not, well, we're gonna go to the zoo and stand in the rain, and then we're gonna stand in the rain for an hour waiting for a bus that should have been here an hour ago.
So we've got 2 of us doing game to auction scenarios, and then the other person can probably go over like try to get some catalogs. We need catalogs.
Dear
this year.
God, we need to get catalogs.
We didn't get them until like day 3 this time.
It was so bad. I celebrated getting my first catalog Friday night. The convention, we got there Wednesday night.
Hmm.
They need to get those catalogs out fast.
This head cold sucks ass.
They try to
It's-
drip them. Here's the thing.
Yeah, I need them to
They need to
understand
not
It's
drip
okay,
them though.
but they need 90% of the drip to happen on
Thursday.
right.
I would
Or
actually
even on Wednesday.
no. I would argue they need to have 90% of that drip on fucking Wednesday night when people are getting there, because there's more people to take stuff to the consignment store than what I think a lot of people
In
realize.
fairness, last year's consignment store exploded.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was way more than they'd had in like 5 weeks.
Because apparently they had run.
Oh, that wasn't normal?
Where
No.
like they cleared 90, they sell 90% or something of the stuff that goes there, and then a bunch of gaming stores said okay
Yeah.
and brought their
dumped all
fucking
their
inventory.
Was that one dude that brought like fucking 2,000 different things to the gaming store to try and get rid of it?
Yes, sir.
Why
It
would
makes me curious how much he actually managed to sell.
A lot.
all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I don't
say
think
all of it.
I'm not gonna sell. I won't.
He
say
won't
he's
have
whole.
gotten all of it, but he'll have gotten 80% of it out the door.
And if it's just inventory that's sitting around or not selling in your shop, it's the right move.
Like,
True.
I guarantee that scenario is going to cause the rules to get rewritten this year.
Like you
You
can't.
think
do
they'll put
basically
a
that.
limit on how much you can bring in?
Or they'll charge you more. If
Or you'll get a higher
Ah.
percentage or something like
Yeah.
that if you're over certain level. That's okay, because I unloaded most of my shit last year. This year it's going to be a much lighter haul.
Bear in mind, when I say that they're going to be hitting people who bring in stuff, they're going to be talking people who bring in stuff that's like a comma's worth of games.
Yeah.
no,
Because
4
there were
inches
people-
worth.
They had people who were bringing in like 2,500 items.
That's
Truckloads.
that is
Like, I'm just
insane.
sitting here going,
Like if you need a fucking pallet for it, you might have some problems.
Yeah, at that point it's just
we
like,
saw
my
someone
God, just fucking
with-
sell it on
the
eBay.
person directly ahead of us had a full-on dolly stacked. Like it was dummy thick.
Mm.
We're talking
3 C's and a
a
Q.
Q, and there might have even been a K in there somewhere. I couldn't see
Damn.
the Q.
That's thick.
It's
I mean, I'm probably
they were very annoying.
I've got to go through some of the old board games down there, down the basement. I got to take pictures of it, or either that or FaceTime my other friend Nate, my
I
former
am
roommate.
thankful that I was able to trade
See.
off one of the big items that I was going to be getting rid of, so that's a good thing.
I got to do that to
Because I
see
only have
what
one big
what we've
game
got down there,
that I have to get rid of.
because I think I may wind up trying to sell
They're all
some of that
downstairs,
stuff
I'm
just to try and
Okay.
clear it out, because there's a lot down there that I don't know that we could play.
My last big one I'm trying to dump is Pathfinder Rise Cooker boards.
Like,
Yeah, that'll find a buyer.
Yeah.
It's a popular game.
I don't even know what would be down in the basement from Mark's old games that would even be viable for a stream.
There's probably some, but I don't know what all is down there, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I don't make it a point to go poking in your stuff.
it's fine. If you want to poke through it, you can. I don't care.
Okay.
Um,
I mean,
Euro,
it's very easy to tell.
I
what
do
it
know
is.
that Eurorails does play. Eurorails is very easy to learn how to play, and it's rather quick to set up. But I need to get a laminated game mat for it so we can get wet erase markers.
Okay.
Like,
I had this week's
I got-
game figured out already,
so lucky
so I
getting
guess
that.
I'm gonna hope I'm well enough to deal with getting it scanned in this weekend. 'Cause I wanted to get Square One to the table, because that's the sequel game to Project M.
Yeah.
And we liked Project L a lot.
Never played it. Square One sounds interesting.
I think it'll be a good time. It looks like it is an interesting twist on what we were doing.
We have to
Cool
play.
Cultist, if you're still in chat, have you guys got your stuff ready for Origins yet? Do you know who else going? I'll take Ubers if I can help it.
Just don't even get us started on the price of the freaking Ubers Wednesday night. Jesus
Oh my
Christ, on a
god,
motorbike.
that first night
That
was
is-
stupid.
That was so dumb,
It almost makes me want to drive down there in Uber.
right?
I mean, you'd make a...
You make a fuck ton.
Yeah.
What hotel you staying at? Give me a second. Okay, cool. Got the direction. Awesome. We're here. Off
The
we
only
go.
problem that I'd have with it is Indianapolis driving is not fun.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
in
okay.
fairness, there was nobody on the road at 10:30 when all the rates were hiked.
That.
So who cares?
That's fair.
But also, what I would say is having
Uber
driven
on
in
Wednesday,
Indianapolis though, and now
and
also
it
driven
would
in
pay for a
Chicago,
trip.
and to a lesser degree Minneapolis, of those three big cities I've been in, that I've driven in, I'm not going to count St. Louis because the only time I was ever down there was with my other Nate. We went to go see ITT Tech. I'd honestly rather drive in Indianapolis.
Keep me posted. I'm curious. I've got my hotel booked and I'm
I
ready
would
to go.
put Minneapolis as
I will
better.
be there. I'm planning to get there on the 17th.
My issue with-
I'm
my
the
issue-
24th.
My issue with Minneapolis, St. Paul is
And I'm taking at least one day to go see relatives. I just don't know which one that's going to be yet.
I don't know. The street layouts just seem kind of confusing there.
Well,
That's
from
also
Indies
with the.
quality
I'm not.
of street.
I'm not talking about Indianapolis. I'm talking about Minneapolis.
Oh.
Minneapolis, St.
I'm
Paul.
talking about Minneapolis is better than Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I will say Indianapolis is distinctly better than most of Chicago.
Yes.
You're
Drive.
not setting the
Just-
bar real high.
Right. Chicago sucks.
No.
I'd say Chicago
Having
is-
driven in Chicago twice for 2 ASENs out of the 3 that I went there for, Chicago sucks. It doesn't matter what time of the year you go there, driving in Chicago sucks. Nobody watches when you merge. Barely anybody uses their freaking blinker. There's road construction fucking everywhere, and it's always at the most inconvenient freaking
Streets
places.
just branch off to fucking nowhere.
Streets branch off to fucking to like Bob's Road in freaking Twister. You gotta find this road. It's like Bob's Road on a freaking map.
There are
Chicago sucks.
there are multiple roads I've been on in Chicago where like they look like they cross, they don't.
They
One of them's
don't.
a fucking
Yep.
There. Write it off as a business.
The
Technically
only-
legal. No
the
part
only-
of that is illegal or provable.
The only bonus that I'm looking forward to going to Chicago for my Linkin Park concert, because I didn't want to go back to Minneapolis, but also I kind of had an ulterior motive in going to Chicago. There's a micro center in Chicago. I have never been to a micro center. I am going to my holy mecca of PC building,
Oh, cool.
and nobody's gonna be able to stop me.
It
You know
makes
what?
me
Have fun.
sad that you can no longer experience the glory that was going to Fry's.
Going to what?
Fry's was
Oh, fries.
the micro center of the South.
Ah,
And, you know, it wasn't just PC parts, that was just a big chunk of the store. It was also, you know, it was like a PC building shop and a game store, and the best parts of a Best Buy had a baby, and they threw it all into a Walmart-sized store, and then they put all sorts of weird candy at the checkout,
God
And-
damn it.
and now they're bankrupt and I'm sad.
Son of a bitch.
Aw. There's
Yeah.
no more fries.
I will be going on I think it's the 11th of August is my Linkin Park concert in Chicago.
Ooh,
I've
greetings from
got
Argentina. Welcome in.
Argentina. Wow.
We're global.
We are
We
global.
were always global.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Hola.
We just finished our game of Tiny Epic Galaxies, but we're hanging out and chatting for a bit. You have a favorite board game? Are you playing the game or are you wrapping up? We are wrapping up.
We're
We
just
finished
wrapping up.
the game, but the VOD will be available on our YouTube if you wanted to catch it.
And if you haven't seen it played right, you can
Yeah.
watch that, and it's seriously worth picking up.
And
And you can get to watch the newbie, me, who has never played the game before, managed to come in second. You
done
shut
good.
up.
You done good.
He did
I
good.
still beat you.
Everybody beat him.
I'll take that as my consolation
It
prize. I
wasn't
still
much-
beat
It
you.
wasn't hard.
It would have been
Braden was
better.
stomping on it the entire time.
It would have been a victory for me if I would have caught that thing at the end.
Oh wow, everybody was on it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that was
everyone.
that was
for
my
being on.
I'm sitting there.
I
Why
love
did you
Tiny
catch
Epic
that?
Galaxies, but I changed it for Tortuga $21.99. I don't know that I played that.
Wait, Tortuga $21.99?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
That sounds like a future. That sounds like a cyberpunk pirates game. Now
Tortuga.
now I'm interested.
Out of curiosity,
$21.99 was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
have you played any of the other Tiny Epic games?
Please tell me Tortuga $21.99 is a cyberpunk pirates. That would be fucking awesome.
It's not expensive. It's about
Congrats on the catch strips and Trident.
That really does look like fucking.
Let's see. Pirates and space exploration.
Yes,
That's rad.
that is awesome. Fucking space pirates, sign me up. That sounds fun.
Yeah, this isn't bad at all.
Yeah, out of the two Gamelyn games that I have played so far on stream with them, they probably did kind of. They probably should have introduced this to me first and then got me to play Tiny Epic Westerns because I loved Tiny Epic Westerns a hell of a lot more than this one. This was still okay.
Galaxies
I'm not gonna-
was one we had already streamed once, and Westerns was one we had to get to the
Yeah,
table because
exactly.
Gamelyn Games actually sent it to
Yep.
us. Which thank you again,
Yep.
by the way.
Thank you
I
again
love
for that.
game.
We do appreciate. Yeah, Tiny Epic Westerns nailed it.
We should
I
still let
also
them know
have
that
Tiny
we are
Epic
playing this one.
Dungeons. We have not played Dungeons.
Tiny Epic
I
Dungeons.
think I have that. I know I have Tiny Epic Pirates.
Tiny Epic
Do I have Tiny Epic
Pirates.
Dungeons?
Tiny Epic.
I'll have to go back and look.
Does the pirates involve dice?
Yes.
Damn it. Who mentioned the Tiny Epic Dungeons? Does the
Someone did. They have Tiny Epic Dungeons.
does Tiny Epic Dungeons involve a lot of dice?
Oh, this looks.
That would be my question. Because my dice luck tonight kind of screwed me at there towards the tail end when you
There's
see
no
me take
dice
the
in
last
There's
turn.
lots of games with space.
There's no dice in
games.
Tortuga?
Doesn't look like it.
Sweet.
It's just. It's.
All right, well, you got
it's
some
an
your
engine building
for
game.
now.
You might like this too, and it's $24 on Amazon. I'm gonna put that.
Well, why would I buy it from Amazon when I can buy it from Gambling?
Having played him enough times in engine building games,
See?
as scary as this sounds,
So this is great.
I'm starting to pick up on some stuff.
Oh,
Well,
sorry, you're
that's
not
very unfortunate for everyone.
Right? I'm nowhere near his level, but I'm starting to pick up on some stuff.
If bad luck, but you had a nat one for didn't have a nat one for exercise. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
If anyone has a right to complain about bad luck in dice, I believe I at least get to enter the chat.
100-sided dice. This dude rolls a 1.
Basically D&D.
Like you had to roll low.
Interesting.
Basically
Nice.
D&D in a nutshell.
How
What is?
Tiny Epic Dungeons.
How adjacent to something like Munchkin is it?
And thank you for the follow.
Yes, thank you very much for the follow.
Follow.
We appreciate that.
Majorly appreciate that. Thank you.
I like you guys' vibes. Thank you very much.
We like our vibes
We,
too.
we like our
Fun
vibes.
Yeah.
We're very chill.
Indeed.
Sometimes. Sometimes it gets knifey.
Sometimes it gets
Yeah,
very
but we're not
dicey,
playing Tiny Epic.
Right.
That's right.
When the game is out and it gets tight, it can get the.
It gets certain
I
games come in.
was-
Certain
But
games on the table get real knifey.
But after the game,
It's good knifey.
right? It's a good knifey. It's fun to watch knifey, right?
I was gonna say
Warlord's chest was hilarious
taking it
knifey.
into humor.
Oh god.
Now Kith.
Who doesn't like a monkey knife?
Nope.
Look, it's rare that I get to be as one-sidedly vicious to someone like Callahan.
that was hilarious.
Like normally, I'm expecting to have my nose bloodied for daring to look at him.
Well-
kind of have this understanding that if one of us gets a little too uppity,
We'll just
It's
take
like-
it, we'll just take it to the
we're gonna take
go
it to the mat. And
You two play on,
we're gonna have our own feud over here.
No.
and just see who happens to come out on top of the
Go
end.
to Argentina, I will open a table. Rad.
Ooh.
Always good to know people in other places.
No plans
Actually,
to go to
Argentina's
Argentina,
one of the best
but
places to visit.
fuck it. I'll put it on the list.
I'll put it on the list, yeah.
Oh yeah, Argentina is definitely on the
Hang
list
out
for
with
me.
us a while, give me a reason. We can talk.
Argentina, Brazil, both countries I would really
And
like
at the
to
end
go
of
to.
the day, it is just a game and we're all friends. Like,
Yeah.
we had a lot of ridiculous stuff happen in this game. Like, the YouTube VOD will be worth it.
No.
I got hammered.
Oh yeah.
I was
You
somewhat
deserved it.
responsible.
You
And
were almost
the-
entirely.
You deserved it, and he was responsible for it.
the dice following up.
I
When
would say,
these come
I
up in
can't take-
Spain,
Oh yeah,
the
it
dice
came.
were
I
there for
I'd give you
Yeah.
like 60,
No, like-
70% response.
Yeah,
I didn't. Get,
I think
you know, I didn't get
70%
anything that I
responsibility
needed.
is fair.
The dice fucked you too.
The dice, follow,
Hard.
like it's just like, okay, I have all my culture and energy ready to go,
And it's my chance to do some fucking up.
and then I go,
no rockets.
and then no rockets. Wait,
I'm just loaded for bear.
You're loaded for Baron.
lowered? No. Is it gonna be lowered? No. Hooray!
That's what I think. That's one of the reasons why I like Tiny Epic Westerns even more, is because
There is kind
It's
of
a
that
West-
common misery with the cards.
it's a common misery. Everybody's sharing the common misery of the cards, and it's sharing a Western. You're already standing off in like a Mexican showdown with everybody pointing guns at everybody. It's just like, cool, I'm gonna shoot you in your stupid face.
I don't know if we've
Everybody gets shot
played
equally.
Harbor. I don't know that one.
Harbor?
Yeah.
That does sound familiar. Where have I heard that
Of
before?
the other space-themed games that I've got behind us that I've played, I know I've played Battlestar Galactica once. That was fun.
I've got Ancient Civilizations, I think, which is for alien artifacts that is still new in box that I bought like 6
There's
years
Cosmic
ago.
Encounters over there.
I still maintain best board game that was ever made. Cosmic Encounters. I even have the old school version over here that my old DM had. I got to take that with me when he
At
passed
some
away.
point, I also need to take a look at. I've still got a handful of Gen Con.
Game that breaks its own rules.
And I've still got games on the shelves I haven't even looked at yet. We've gotten through most of the, well, not most, but over half of the ones of yours that you brought. Because I know we have not done Mysterium, we have not done Horrified on stream, we've not done Cutthroat Kingdom.
Mysterium is.
God, I'm afraid of what will happen in Cutthroat Kingdom.
It's gonna be good. Well, there's gonna be alliances.
Until there's not.
About the only board game that we would never play would be
Well, some
Diplomacy.
alliances-
I've never played Diplomacy before.
I'd fucking play Diplomacy with this game.
Oh,
Someone would end up dead under the table, but I'd play it.
I'd like playing it with both Shane and me in there.
yeah, we've got
Like,
several
it's just
games yet.
ugly at that point.
I don't. You know what? Having heard enough horror stories from both Shane and Braden about Diplomacy,
I mean,
While
I
I'm still
enjoyed the
curious-
one game of it I played.
I would probably play it, but not with this group because I know something would happen because one of you guys would stab me in the back, and that would literally probably piss me off to the point where I'm like, if I see you again anytime soon, I will punch you.
I definitely stab you in the back.
You, I would expect that.
It's kind of my thing.
It's kind of his thing.
Yeah. Mysterium, I saw that played on an episode of Tabletop like freaking eons ago.
It's now on my wish.
really
list,
fun.
and it does look unaffordable.
Tortuga
So,
$21.99.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, gonna have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, we've still got like 4 or 5 games from Gen Con last year that I'd like to get through before Gen Con this year.
I haven't even gotten all of mine delivered yet. In July, I get Flickering Stars. In theory, right
And-
before Gen Con again.
I've got the games that I traded for earlier in the year that haven't hit the table yet.
And
I've
I
got Square One in the other room, which came in from Kickstarter that I haven't gotten to the table yet.
patiently await the day when I get to play Count Vlad Dracula and take my hand at trying to defeat the table of people.
And you can't be a worse
Don't call
Dracula
people.
than Callahan.
Not the worst Dracula ever.
It's so terrible!
Himself into your vampire
I fed you
so many
so
times
much
that you
blood,
almost won,
and
you
you
still.
You still want, yeah. Now that we know what that one like vampire card does, is like, oh, that's just in there.
The Reckless
Cool.
Vampire is
We're gonna go this way.
dangerous.
Not even just.
Well, what happens if it
being
matures?
a Vampire, just
Literally
the fact
nothing.
He didn't know that when he died, shit got worse.
So,
Yes.
And then he did it 4 times in a fucking row.
so
The Reckless Vampire. If you let it mature, it literally does nothing. It just disappears.
Oh no. It does advance the counter, but not as much as fighting it.
There's nothing
So-
on the card that allows to that accounts that advances the counter when
we've been asked a
mature.
question. What is our favorite board game? And I'm going to give everyone 2 because,
Lords of Waterdeep is going to be everybody's number 1.
yeah, we'll exclude Lords of Waterdeep because most of us will say Lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah, I can't say that. I've only ever played it once, and it was against these two only.
Splendor. Right. We've been over this.
I was about to say, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's a question we get asked a lot, and
Probably Splendor for me.
yeah, I'm giving you 2 X
Oh.
Lords of Waterdeep because it's not fair to put that one on the list.
Oh, okay. So Splendor and something
This group does
else.
seem to like their Lords of Waterdeep.
I mean, it's kind of the perfect worker placement game, and it's got a lot of strategic depth. And
Yeah, I don't do too hot at those.
I mean, in fairness, you played it once.
I like it. I wouldn't put it at my top.
I've played it once, but I've played other worker placement games, and I typically don't do that great at them. Engine builders is what I'm actually starting to kind of learn. Like I said, Braden's starting to rub off on me a little bit, and I find that
It might
both
be-
highly upsetting and deeply
I'm a
disturbing.
positive video.
I'm going to bring up either Settlers of Catan, Cities and Knights, or Century Code.
I figured you'd go with Catan.
Solid choices.
I will make faces at Cities and Knights. I do like that game.
That's because you're wrong, and it's fine.
Look,
You can be wrong.
I gave it its fair day. I even gave it a second chance to be sure my first chance wasn't
Your
unfair.
first playthrough was pretty awful.
It was god awful.
Ilman has a second question, but before that, I'm going to give my 2 favorites. Cosmic Encounters, my number 1. Second one, see, goddamn, that's tough.
Isn't it?
It's between, honestly, it's between Tiny Epic Westerns and Bunny Kingdom. Both of them are equally fun for me. I'd have to probably go Tiny Epic Westerns beats out Bunny Kingdom just a little bit. So yeah, Cosmic Encounters, Tiny Epic Westerns. Those would be my 2.
I fucking adore Betrayal at House on the Hill, and I am
Root.
Yep.
I have played Fury of Dracula one
was-
time, but I
that's on
fucking
it.
loved it.
Right? Me too.
My favorite
I do
cycle
not-
constantly, just because I'm constantly playing new games with these guys. But those are the 2 that are at my top right.
Fury of Dracula's within my top 5.
So
What's your
Bunny
top
Kingdom, Bunny Kingdom for sure is in my top 2 because it is a self-contained card drafting game that, with the NA Sky expansion, I think is about as perfectly balanced as you can get. And for my second one, man, it's tough.
It's not that hard.
Are you sure? I feel like
you
it
got it in a wooden chest.
That
I
is
can't
right.
see it from here, so that's fair. Red Dragon Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a valid point there. I hadn't gotten there yet.
Got the full chest for it.
I've got a full chest for it. I'm waiting for Bright Bear Laserworks to start making those again so that I can get a bigger one.
And then Ilman's second question: if you have to choose one game that you have to play for 1 year exclusively as a group, what would it be? Ooh,
Exclusively as a
exclusively as a
Would
group.
it be Lords of Waterdeep?
Ooh,
That might get old if you play it. It's so long.
it's long, but it has replayability because it's the tiles
right.
get shuffled,
You
the
only get
buildings
to
get
play
shuffled.
one.
Yeah, you only get to play
So
one for
I
a
might
year.
want a quicker game.
Is it one game? Were you asking, or one board game? Because there would be a difference.
I think it's as a group.
It's only for a year.
I think for a year you only play that one game. You can play it multiple
Thorough.
times,
No.
but only for
Oh,
one.
gross. No. I like Suro, not as an exclusive for a year.
This will be.
Let's see.
This is easy for me.
What's yours?
You tell me yours first.
I don't fucking have one. I would fucking hate anything that we played.
Okay, board game.
It might be Blockus or Splendor.
Oh, Ilman's specifically saying board game.
Yeah.
See, my answer is going to be the same as the other person said
As
it.
Kobold Cultist.
Yes, Kobold Cultist. I was going to say D&D.
Yeah.
It was either going to be D&D or Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy.
Yeah, I figured.
Board game as a group?
I figured he meant board games, considering we do fucking board games
So,
here most of the time.
I'm gonna say some iteration. So I'm gonna give a couple answers because for different reasons in groups. There are some groups that I can play Uno with in depth because we're all terrible people.
I will play it live in person. I will not play it on the computer anymore.
However, if I had to pick one that we would sit down and play live on a regular basis.
Actually, I know what mine would be.
There are multiple good choices.
Surprisingly enough, it's not going to be Cosmic Encounters.
I feel like that would get old for the same reasons Lords of Water get old.
Too long.
Actually,
What, Cosmic Encounters?
I know what I would.
Too many ways to break the game and too many different
If
power
I could
combos you
only
can play.
pick one game to play that I think would hold interest for the group for a year, I think I'd pick Tumbling Dice.
Someone says he'd pick Root because you could play as many different factions and each faction feels like a totally different game.
That is true. The
I haven't
problem
played
I have with
Oh,
Root
Sushi Go.
is that Sushi Go was high on my list.
That would have
The
been,
problem
that'd be my number 2.
I have with Root is that a lot of the factions are not very well balanced, and it is very easy for there to be non-games of Root. At least in my experience. I have had games where I have personally kicked someone out of the game from turn 1. And I've had
And they're
games
just
where
hosed.
I've just been completely hosed. And I've had games where I've run away with things with the Eagles because everything fell right and I was chaining 6 cards a turn.
Gibberish. Just gibberish.
Board game that I would have to play.
But
the
Tumbling
entire
Dice I
year with
like
Root.
because it's a dexterity game, so it's a good opportunity to work on that skill set. Everyone will suck at it at first, but as you get going, you'll be able to do some really cool stuff with it down the line. But it's also got enough of the luck element with the dice that even if you get that good, there's still a lot of excitement to build, and it shows off very well. So if I had to pick one that we streamed for a year, that would be high on my list. Doesn't mean that I think it would be amazing to do any one game for a year that wasn't the legacy game.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, I'd want one that brought that level of excitement.
I feel like that one could probably last a lot longer than a lot of other stuff just because of the randomness and the fact that, you know, sometimes shit just goes firing off in random directions in that game.
There'd be a lot of cool moments.
But I feel like around the 4 to 6 month mark,
It might be a little more.
brains would start melting.
Yeah.
I could play Bunny Kingdom for a year, no problem.
I think that's probably a very solid choice.
I would put Bunny Kingdom second.
Yeah, Warhammer, the Dark Heresy RPG is very good. I like pretty much every flavor of the Warhammer RPG we've played. I'm very curious to try the new edition we picked up at Gen Con.
Imperium. What the hell was that? Imperium Maledictum?
Yeah, that's on the shelf down there.
Yeah, Imperium Maledictum is the new one that we picked up.
I'm
Well,
looking
he
forward
managed to
that.
pick up.
I've read
Night,
through
Kronos,
it's
get
good.
good sleep.
Have a good night, Kronos.
Good night,
Good night,
Kronos.
Kronos.
Year-long group for me. I would honestly, I'm going to stipulate this because since I have 2 different versions of it, I would say the old original version of Cosmic Encounters, because the powers in that one, there's more powers in that one than there are the current new one. I think, even though the new ones come out with some different ones than what that one has.
Yeah,
There's
I'd say that's fair.
there's extra stuff in there that's really easy to learn how to run because it uses basically the same movements off of it, but it completely randomizes the game. Plus, it's the only game you can it's literally built to break its own rules. And we've run like multiple power games in it. But yeah, second one I would say probably Bunny Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one. Just because it is designed for that level of replayability, and it's much like Tumbling Dice. It's a game that would build your skills in that space very rapidly.
But it doesn't involve dice.
It doesn't involve dice. And the one drawback over something like Tumbling Dice is that a lot of Bunny Kingdom is contemplation. It's a game that involves a lot of sitting and thinking, so it's one of those I don't know that we would want to stream for a year, but it's one I would enjoy playing for a year, no problem. Is it gonna need bedtime too? Because he's already sleeping on the job for eternity. Dun, dun, dun.
Alright, is it
It's 10:30.
Oh,
I wondered why I was getting to be
we are
sleepy
getting a little
boy.
late.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I enjoyed the conversation. It's always great meeting new people.
Yeah.
For those of you who are newer here, we stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays traditionally. I stream retro and indie games on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then Thursday is our live board game night.
Yep.
So we play some form of board game on Thursdays. We've done a bunch of them that are simul-streamed to YouTube. We started doing that last year, and it's been very successful.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Bunch of backlog to look through on there.
Which is good because Twitch is killing off all of our shorts, which makes me
Watch them all you can.
Yep.
Well, the shorts will be there. You have, for those of you in the Patreon, you've got less than a month left to start going through catalogs and doing the short creation. Trident, thank you so much for everything you've been doing on that front.
That's
You're
been great.
awesome. I will. The offer still stands for those in the Patreon. Do a bunch of works for us in making shorts. We will work with you to get you some of that assorted meeples merch.
I am looking
Swag.
for stuff, but I only have so much time in the day.
That's also fair.
And they're like, even watching on double speed,
There's a lot.
There.
There's so much.
they're 4-hour streams that I can cut down to 2 hours to
Yeah.
watch through.
Yeah, I
Before-
haven't been
before I
watching
watched
them all the way
first time,
through,
it's
but I have the benefit of having played through the games, so I have a vague idea.
Yeah, knowing vaguely where to look is really, really the key.
I will say there's probably a lot of low-hanging fruit in some of the board game streams.
Hmm.
That's where you're most likely
Yeah.
to find some of those moments, because those are the moments where you'll often hear us say, somebody should clip that, and you'll be amazed how many times somebody did not, in fact, clip that.
Just burst out laughing.
Like, if you're looking for low-hanging fruit there, I highly recommend those.
No.
And in case you were wondering, our friend from Argentina, our start time for the live board game streams is we usually start around 7 p.m. Central U.S.
Yes.
So it would
Yes.
be whatever the equivalent would be from that,
Yes.
plus or minus.
I think they're
I think they're
One
ahead
hour?
some,
yeah.
1 or 2 hours ahead. I think
For Argentina?
Yeah.
Could
something like
It's
yeah, I think so.
You know what? I
probably
got
an
Google.
hour ahead.
Yeah, you
at
have
most.
yeah, you have
It
Google.
might also be central.
What time in
Right now it is 10:20 something for
It is 10:30 p.m.
It is
for us.
12:28 a.m.
10:28.
2
Yep.
hours.
okay, so it's 2 hours.
Yep. So it's 2 hours ahead. So we'd start.
So we
At
start at
9.
9 your
Greetings.
time.
Yep. We would. Yeah, we would start at 9 o'clock your time.
Well, we're the past.
Well,
They're
that's
greeting
right.
us from.
Yes, they are greeting us from the future.
But that's
Interesting.
roughly where we start on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Yep.
Mondays I frequently do Link to the Past randomizers, but I do other things periodically as well. Right now I am playing through TCG Card Shop Simulator on Tuesdays. I don't know whether I'm going to do one more stream of that or not. We're kind of reaching the point where
What was that one?
it's very samey, but
What was that
I've
one
only done
retro?
streams.
What was that one retro game you said was a co-op?
There's many.
That no, it was the one that brought up when you had mentioned how it played, and I was super freaking interested in it.
Was it Zombies Ain't My Neighbors? Or was it another one?
See, now I can't remember. We'll have to think of that. Because it was specific. It's come up either last week's board game stream or the week before. We talked about it just recently. I know we did,
Yeah, I believe you.
and it was on stream. I can't remember what it was though. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I have no memory. Just
I've got lots of old consoles that I stream games off of, and I've got a decent Steam library backlog that I gotta look through. If you haven't picked up your cool stuff on the Steam sale, I think it ended today, but there was nothing super crazy there that I had seen. Like
I
if you
have
looked
no
at
money.
it on the winter sale, you didn't really need it.
Because I gotta pay off my credit card before August rolls around.
And then
It's kind of creeping up there.
yeah, one way or another, I'll figure something out. I'll probably do one more of the TCG Shop Simulator just because we're getting close to having like a respectable-ish shop.
yeah.
And then I'll find something else to jump to. I just finished Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door earlier in the year. First playthrough that, adored it. I'm gonna have to run down a copy of the N64 Paper Mario.
He's gonna be running down a dream.
Well,
Right.
always.
A regular old Tom Petty.
But I've got plenty of other games to look at. At some point, I need to grab the old Yu-Gi-Oh game anthology that came out for Switch.
Oh, that'd be a thing.
They took all of the old games and compiled them onto the Switch, and I'm like, yeah, I remember a bunch of those, and I didn't get to play all of them, so
Capsule Monster Coliseum was the one that I played on PS2.
I don't know
And-
if they went up to PS2, but there's like 8 games on there,
Yeah, there's a lot.
including a bunch of the Game Boy ones. Like, I played the shit out of them.
And I'm gonna sound
Stories.
horribly old saying this, but that was back with all the good cards from the olden days, early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before they had all this XYZ merger, fusion, weird
Back when
freaking
they had just
symmetry.
started making up
Yes,
bullshit and
that.
hadn't had time for it to get increasingly incestuous.
As I
Bingo.
say, the game is very power crept.
And it's so freaking complicated now. Like there are cards that have so much text on them that you almost literally need a magnifying glass in order to actually read the card effect. It's
absurd.
it's absurd, horribly absurd.
Have I tried any of the living card games? Not Yu-Gi-Oh, please. Oh no. I mean, I only play the old stuff
Yeah.
for that. Like, when they start getting into the stuff I don't know, which is past Dixie's era, I lose interest because it's just a power crept mess at that point.
Past the Orichalcos anime arc, that was when I stopped watching the anime and stopped playing the card game and stopped buying the cards.
I still play Magic, but I am pretty much Commander only at this point. I'm not a tournament grinder anymore. Those years are long behind me. I enjoy Commander mostly because it's a sit down and have a nice game of cards type game.
It also gives him the opportunity to build ridiculous, terrible decks.
Mr. House, President and CEO.
They seem to enjoy
God,
them.
that deck is so fun to watch.
It's just this clockwork that you hope works out in the end. And when it does, it's beautiful. And when
That's what it
doesn't,
reminds. That's what his deck reminds me of. A Rube Goldberg machine.
It kind of is.
It genuinely just is. It's a
I was just
Rube
yeah.
Goldberg
For
machine
the
built
longest
on
time, I was sitting there trying to figure out. It's like, what the hell does this deck remind me of? And then just now, it's a Rube Goldberg machine.
That deck is dumb. It's so dumb. But I
It's
love
so dumb, but it's so fun to watch. Oh, look, a 20. I'll take 20 treasures, please. What do you get to do with those? A whole lot of shit. I get to buy a whole bunch of robots.
I get to buy everything. Like Mr. House.
President and
I just
CEO.
stopped by my vault full of gold that's too heavy to cart out of the game.
It's guarded by a dragon.
Yep.
Oh man.
So that deck is so stupid.
It's so stupid, but
It's
I
so
love it.
funny, though.
Anyway, thank you all for coming out to
Yes,
watch
thank you
tonight.
very much.
I will see you all on Monday. I don't even know what I'm going to do on Monday. It's probably going to be a rando. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun.
We'll figure it out from there.
It'll be tough.
Surprise, even for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have a good night, all.
Have a good night, everybody.
Follow them, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, we'll see you next time.
Good to have you all out.